That was, yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, never mind. Never mind. All right. Come wait a bit. We are live, I guess. We just rolling in. 5 minutes, I think, until UID grab, unless that just happened. Let's restart. Yeah, should be good. So, we kind of waiting for, obviously everybody to load into the server so they could get the GU or get the UID grab and figure it out. Well, we are waiting. Let me know if it's working for you guys. If you could see it, it's working good on my screen. We are going to load the points up for the past week, even though we're only after round 1. So heading into tonight, we got the 250 points leader, Max Wilczek, who did actually hop teams to Twizzy. And then we got Braden Tharp in P2. He's only 2 points down. Ben Nerona, P3, he's 13 down. Sullivan, P4, he's 14. Grant in P5, 15 down. And then Jackson Vick and Hayden Stevenson are tied for P6, 21 points down. And then Chelsea, Holt, and then Woods all tied for P8. They are all 25 points down. And then we are going to look at the 450 group. It's not going to be on for just a little bit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Cash Woods. 450s, obviously Seth Carr. He has a 7-point lead over Leclerc. And then it is Matherly in P3, 10 points down. Shirley and Jackson tied for P4 at 12 points. And then we got Cocroft and Seabolt tied for P6 at 17. And then Lang, Vial, and Castellaneta tied for P8 at 19 points back. So you see the points are kind of spread out just a little bit if you're not in that top 3. But it is motocross. You do got basically 2 races to make up points per round. So, yeah. Let's see who can all get it done. And see if we can have any changes going into round 3. Alright. So, like I said, now we're just kind of waiting for to go around. For some reason, my computer is being a little bit weird right now. For some reason, I don't know. I downloaded only a few more skins than last week. But I think some of them are 4K, so it can hinder the load times a little bit tonight. But yeah, we'll wait and see. And I'll show you a lap around the track with my shitty ass plane. Show you how dog shit I am and why I chose to commentate instead of race outdoors. Looks like UID grab it just happened there. Now we wait. Just waiting. Make sure I have everything set up good. Here's the reset on that for you. All right, it looks like we are loading in to the 250 moto. Get this all set up for you. Okay. All right, this is just lineup check for the 250 race. Alrighty. So in this race, we got Cody Wells, we got Zoa Cross. Let me see if there's one more person out there. Tyler Perez, Brandon Walther. Then we got Nicholas Langstrup, Brandon Nygren, Steven Short, Barstool, Christopher Harris, Nick Niles, Brett Powers, Steven Short. Then we got Tyler Perez, like I said earlier, and a couple of the guys that we might have missed. But yeah, just the old, consies. More of the not too serious. Thank you for the follow, Zion. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is a more relaxed part of the show. But yeah, as we're just waiting for this to kick off. Top 4 only make it for anyone that's new here. Assume all of you already know that, but just to be safe. And I'm assuming everything looks good for you guys. Everything seems to be working. I hope. Alright, and then here is the restart. Alrighty, who are we gonna go on? Who are we gonna go on for this? We'll go with Zoa Cross, I've talked to him a couple times, doing some iRacing. See how he does off this start here. Got a couple of skins in here. Ooh, gate is down. Who's gonna get start? Looks like a couple people going sideways. Brandon Nygren into the first turn, but looks like he slides out, so Joey Bradstreet is gonna be there early, but it's Tyler Perez who actually gets the whole shot over Bradstreet. Then we got Brett Powers up here early as well. Mr. Donut MX. Brandon Walters going down the inside. He's able to get a run on these guys, make a pass on Brett Powers. Get some of these guys square up. Looks like Bradstreet still in front of him, and it looks like Perez still leading him down the hill. Walters still P3. Landon Bartol in that final transfer spot with Brett Powers. And that third right behind him, big pile up in the background there. All those guys' chances are probably over with now. Bartol taking Walters a little wide there, cuts him off, and actually tucks the front end and ends up going down. This is going to be Timmy Briscoe. Looks like he's going to be into that final transfer spot there, with Brett Powers behind him and Cody Wells as well, followed by Darius Peterson on that Nami Triumph. All right, so Tyler Perez. Oh, Bradstreet actually gets swapped out, and he takes down who's that again? Timmy Briscoe with him. So go back up front. So Perez still leading, Walter P2, Powers P3, and Cody Wells was able to go through there with Darius Peterson. We got Christopher Harris as well. Love the team name there. All right. So Cody Wells being chased down by Darius Peterson. Interesting to see some lines what these guys are going to be doing. Obviously, any of you that here watch my lap, I am dog shit, so I might not be hitting these lines. I have only done maybe 3 laps total. So I was just trying to go for smooth lines, but we'll see what these guys can do. Give Give me 1 second. I gotta swap my controls around here. Okay. Right. But Walters trying to make or Bet Powers actually trying to make a pass on Walters. Into P2, he goes down the inside, humping the bike, trying to get it going. And he's able to hold on. Looks like Walters is trying to square up on him. Done. Thank you, Speece, for the follow. And then Cody Wells still in that P4 spot with Peterson right behind him waiting for a mistake. Between any one of these three. Ooh, a little squirrely there for Walters. They're able to hold it together all the way down the hill here. Tripling up the hill. Getting a step up here. And then Peterson is able to close in just that little bit on Wells. Oh, he's almost able to make that double there. Gains a little bit of time, but he goes outside. Well, Wells goes all the way inside. He's able to get a run here side by side. Ooh, almost loses the front end. Clears the double, trying to get a run up the hill. Stays a little lower than him. He's down the inside. Oh, they both case. All the way down the inside. Is able to get the pass done. Nice and clean. And into P4 goes Peterson on that Team Nami triumph right there. Looks like someone went down behind him, so it is still just these two. And then Peterson able to rail around the outside, give himself a tiny bit of breathing room over Cody Wells. Still Walters and Powers battling for that P2 spot. Both of them hoping they don't take each other down. Peterson, Wells, and then Harris trying to close on in. Both taking that third rut there. And trying to stay as far inside as they can here through these little jumping rollers, the turning rollers. Trying to keep an eye on these front guys. Perez is starting to pull away, give himself a bit of a gap. He has about a 4-second gap to these two. Battle for P2, and then about 6-7 seconds to these guys. So, oh, and he does mess up. Scrubs a little too hard, goes flipping, loses the position. Looks like Harris goes down with, or gets collided with Briscoe. So Briscoe now on the charge, trying to make his way up into that final transfer spot, as Wells tries to not toss it away here. So we'll watch Wells, see if he can make any mistake, and see if Briscoe can capitalize on it. It's like he's just trying to ride a smooth race here. Briscoe was the fastest on track. He ran a 2:09.6 compared to everyone else is 2:11 or slower, and Wells ran a 2:13.3. So we'll see what happens this time by as they're coming to take the white flag here. See just how much faster they both are with a little bit of clean air. But Briscoe trying to catch up. We'll actually go on board here for him for a little bit. Oh, somebody, never mind, that is a guy who disconnected earlier. On this MSK Red Bull KTM here. You can see Cody Wells right in front of him. See how much he's willing to push and risk it to get in that final transfer spot here. Oh, who was that down? That was Brett Powers, Donut MX. Down and loses a transfer spot, so does Timmy Briscoe. Alright, let's see if Brett Powers can now put on a charge, as Briscoe does set another fast lap, a 2:09.6, faster than 2 seconds quicker than anyone else on track right now. So I'm just trying to sort some stuff out before the actual motos start. Okay. Alright, but Brett Power is able to close in on Briscoe after Briscoe made some couple mistakes. Who is that down in front of him? That is Brandon Walters. So Walters is now out of a transfer spot. It is Brett Powers in that P4 spot now. See if he can make it into the motos. And so Walters, and then we got Wilcox, and then Gavin. Nice. All right. So it is still Perez in the lead, Wells second, Briscoe third, and then Donut in that P4 spot, and Walters trying to get in. If I'm being honest, I don't want Walters in because that last name is going to be a pain in my ass to try to pronounce. Oh, Wilcox trying to rail it around the outside, but it is Perez to take the win in the 250 Consi. Cody Wells is going to get P2. Timmy Briscoe is going to get P3, and then Brett Powers, Donut MX, going to make it into the motos with the P4 here in that 250 Consi. And then Brandon Walters is going to get that P5 spot. There we go. Swap that around. Alrighty. Alrighty, and now we are on to the 450 Consi here. Alright. Okay, so I didn't time out. It's just some people taking forever to load. Ooh, got a lot more skins on this gate. Hello. Jet Wisdom is in this. Carl Novak, Holyhead. Brennan, who made it last time. Hell yeah, Dizzle. Alright, let's see what's going on for the lineup check here. Got Evans, Rockefeller. sucks. Well, I think this is just. Oh no, this is the fully LCQ. I might have missed it. Well, shit. Well, just in case it is. It's Rockefeller still leading. Novak P2, and then Cole Gress in that P3 spot, and then we got Carl or Nick. All right, everyone jumping off track. Hell yeah, that's the way to go. Nick Carvalho in that P4 spot with Zach Fisher in that P5 spot right behind him. Oh, and down goes Zach Fisher. And that is a battle for the lead between Rockefeller and Cole Gress. Oh, Cole Gress almost gets into the back of him. Allows Novak to close in just that tiny bit. We got Carvalho still in that P4 spot battling with Dorigo. Dorigo able to get down the inside, and then as well as Dustin Garrett getting by. And then whoever that number 0 is, that's Reno Brennan with Jet Holyhead right in front of him. Oh, Dorigo down right in front of these guys. So that is going to cost him a position there. So it's Rockefeller in front, Cole Gress P2, Novak P3, and Dustin Garrett in that P4 spot. All right, and then Holyhead P5 with Carvalho in P6. Ooh, kind of mistimes the rut. Kind of gets a little kind of forced out there. Allows Damon Evans through with Reno Brennan. Oh, Cole Gress was down, so allows Rockefeller. Looks like he got back in the lead there with Carl Novak by, with Garrett and Holyhead right behind him, battling for that final transfer spot here. Around the outside. And trying to get the move down on Garrett. Cannot get it done. It looks like Cole Gress is charging down the hill, trying to go around the outside of Carl Novak. Decides to back out. Just let him keep it. With Holyhead diving down the inside of Garrett here. He's on the outside, just powers around him. Is able to get the move done for that P4 spot, but then gets hung out by Cole Gress and allows Garrett back by on him. Oh, Novak gets a little bounce sideways. Almost pulled Jet Lawrence there. He's come back on track, but now he's down to P5. And oh, Holyhead knifes the front end and ends up going down. So Novak is able to hold on to P4 with Brennan and Carvalho right behind him in 5 and 6. Ooh, kind of a little bit of case there from Novak trying to go down the inside. So Brennan and Carvalho, or that's Evans actually. Carvalho ends up going down. Both of them are on Kawasaki. It's a little confusing, but it's alright. Alright, let's see if Novak can hold on to this 4th and final transfer spot here. Brennan backflipping. Can he? Oh, he doesn't make it, and he takes down Evans. So Holyhead is going to go back into that 5th place spot there on that Covenant Yamaha. All right, let's see if Novak's going to try to put a move here on Garrett as he's trying to get it done, but is not close enough. And then Cole Gress is trying to make a move on Aaron Rockefeller here. Just hopping their way through those ruts. Oh, looks like actually, where is he? Looks like Holyhead goes down, so allows a whole bunch of riders by, with Dorigo leading him, trying to catch up to Cole Gress, who actually went down, coming back onto the start straight after the finish here. So Dorigo, Carvalho, and then Joey Rico all trying to move on with Reno Brennan right in there with them. So let's watch on Cole Gress here as he scrubs that sort of hip jump there. He's just sending it down the hill. See if he could hold on to that final transfer spot. Oh, looks like Rockefeller goes down. So that allows Novak and Garrett up into that 1 and 2 spot. So now it is Cole Gress and Rockefeller battling 3 and 4 with Dorigo in that P5 spot. Oh, Cavallo getting swallowed up here by these guys. Not going fast enough down the hill. And then it looks like they're catching up to Garrett, who must have went down or made a small mistake. So Novak is now in the lead of this race. He's got a little over a lap to go, about a lap and a half. So these guys might try to make a aggressive pass on each other. They might try to hold off so they don't ruin each other's races and lose position here. As Rockefeller down the inside has tried to rail the rut, kind of forces Gress wide, but Gress is able to hold on to it. As Rockefeller cases just that tiny bit there on that jump. Now Cole Gress trying to make a move on Dustin Garrett here. Down the inside, is he able to hold on to it? Looks like he does. He's able to get the pass done. Now Novak, kind of gets a little kick there, but he's able to hold it. And Cole Grass, see what he can do. Oh, and he tucks the front end, goes over the rut, and ends up going down. See if any of these guys can catch him in time. Looks like that is Reno, Brennan, and Jet Holyhead. Are able to get by, so the final transfer spot still right in front of him, but he's got one lap to do it. One lap to make a move. And Holyhead is able to get the pass done on Brennan. A little bit of lag there. Kind of tapped him, make him move forward. But now Holyhead, the Australian, I believe, or New Zealand, is able to move into that fourth place spot here. This looks like Garrett and Rockefeller battling in front of him, but it is still Holyhead with Cole Gress trying to make a charge here. With Brendan going down the inside, and Gress just cuts across on him. With, looks like that is Evans back there as well. And then Cole Gress railing the outside, kind of slips out of the rut there. So allows Holyhead to gain a little bit of time on these guys, and he's actually catching Dustin Garrett for that P3 spot. He doubles over that and is able to get a run, is able to make the pass on. He's going to go far outside. Garrett's going to go far inside. Cannot get the drive there, kind of messes up the rut. Boner airs that jump there. But he's able to still get a run, sending it up the hill. He's able to clear that triple up and able to make the pass into P3. Ooh, kind of gets a little squirrely there coming out of the rut, but still able to hold on to that P3 spot. So now it is Dustin Garrett on the bubble with Reno Brennan and Cole Gress right behind him. But these guys are battling for that P5 spot right now. Oh, and Holyhead actually goes down somewhere. He looks like he went far outside, might have hit a rut or something, or got kicked. So now this is the battle for the final transfer spot between Reno Brennan and Cole Gress. Cole Gress takes him down. Everybody's going haywire, and it looks like that is Damon Evans is going to squeak on through. Gains 3 spots in one corner to go into that final transfer spot. See if he can hold it. Oh, and Rockefeller's down, and it collects Brennan. Oh, Cole Gress hits a SpongeBob and goes down. So it is Holyhead in that final transfer spot. It is chaos here for that 4th place spot. See if Holyhead can hold on here ahead of Jet Wisdom, who is now in the picture. We have not seen him all race, but it is going to be Carl Novak to take the win. Garrett P2. It looks like Evans and Holyhead are going to take that P3 and P4 spot as long as they don't collide here. Holyhead going real slow to not hit him and is able to get the pass done for that P4 spot. And it is Jet Wisdom and P5, P6 for Cole Gress, 7th for Rockefeller, who was in that final transfer spot, or those top 4 the whole race. Then Cavallo in P8. Gonna have to look on cuts though. So it's only a second and a half. And we will wait and see here as everyone crosses the line. So I try to fix this shit real quick. Still waiting for results. Still waiting for results. And looks like they come in, and Holyhead gets bumped out off of cut, so it is going to be Jet Wisdom in that fourth and final transfer spot into the main. So it is going to be Carl Novak, Dustin Garrett, Damon Evans, and Jet Wisdom as your four transferring to the 450 motos. Let me get the countdown on. Now we wait time, Charlie. Bam, 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 bam. Just waiting. If it'll load in. It's just taking its time. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Couldn't read that name in time. God. Please. Scheiße. Please game. There we go. I'm finna load in. Okay, my frames should not be this bad, but I guess they are. So that sucks, but... Okay, gate is down. Yeah, it's pretty bearable. It's bearable. Ooh, looks like your points leader is actually down early off start, and is Isaiah Dickerson into the lead. It's Hayden Stevenson, P2, Evan Holt, P3. Then we got Wyatt Grant in that P4 spot. All these guys going outside, trying to follow Dickerson. Ooh, someone was down there early. It is still Dickerson leading, Stevenson, Holt, Wyatt Grant, Ben Nerona, a couple of those guys. There's Cashwoods moving through here. All right, let's keep an eye on this front pack here as Dickerson goes outside with Stevenson going down the inside. Holy crap, my frames are disappearing, and Dickerson goes down. Stevenson is able to make the move. He's going to go into P1 here, followed by Evan Holt. Oh, he cuts off to the inside. Evan Holt almost runs into him, and it is Cash Woods in that P3 spot trying to make a move here. Cash Woods did get P2 in Moto 1 last week. Ended up actually disconnecting Moto 2, so it is a 2 DNF. All right, and then White. So it is Stevenson leading, Evan Holt P2, Cashwoods P3, Wyatt Grant P4, Logan Leitzel in P5, Keelan Ortiz P6, Jake Spees P7, Luke Sullivan P8, P9 for Caden Speck. Oh, and someone was down. Looks like it was Evan Holt. So Stevenson still leading the way here. All right, we're on board with Stevenson here. All right. So, and then we go. Oops, sorry. Wyatt Grant is now P2, Jake Spieth P3 with Leitzel P4, Ortiz P5, and Evan Holt P6. Let's watch these guys battle here from point of view of Evan Holt. What has disappeared with my frames, I swear. Alright. So, Helium Ortiz battling with Evan Holt, Spieth, Leitzel in front of him with Jake Spieth up front. Oh, well, that was weird. And then Stevenson still leading up front. Stevenson deemed to be the guy in SX. Unfortunately, could not pull the full season together, but he's able to put it together here in the Outdoors Championship. And he has a big gap over the rest of the field of Wyatt Grant. It is up to almost 6 seconds here over Wyatt Grant. Looks like Jake Spieth right behind him, followed by Logan Leitzel. On board with Wyatt Grant, Spieth, still these guys all battling, following each other's lines. Evan Holt, Helium Ortiz. Seeing if Holt can get a move done on Leitzel, if he could close in just that tiny bit. But it is still Stevenson with a huge gap, 6 seconds over Wyatt Grant. See if any of these guys can run him down or even try to make a few moves forward here on this field. Luke Sullivan down in P7 here. Then we got Race Cobble in P8. Timmy Briscoe from the Consi along with Isaiah Dickerson in P9 and P10. They're battling here. Isaiah Dickerson scrubs down the inside for that P9 spot. Is able to get the move done down this hill. So let's see. Spieth is able to close in. Oh, he makes a jump. He's able to double pass around the outside of Wyatt Grant here. All right. Now let's see if he can put a charge down and go catch up to Hayden Stevenson, while Logan Leitzel is trying to also catch up to Wyatt Grant and make a move on him. Little mistake there from Logan Leitzel. Let's see if Evan Holt can even catch up to these guys as well. Some guys, P3 in points actually. Ben Nerona looks like he was down in 29th as I saw, which is not a good sign for if you're P3 in points heading into round 2. We got Stevenson still leading, no mistakes from him, but Spieth has closed the gap down to 5.5 seconds. So he is gaining little by little, and he's bringing the rest of the pack with him, with Wyatt Grant and Leitzel and Evan Holt here, as they start to distance themselves from Luke Sullivan. Leitzel, past champion of this class in 2022. Trying to kind of revive his career here for the 250 class. And oh my God, that corner, my computer hates it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If I can't have FPS fixed by the end of the night, I should be able to have it fixed by next week. But ooh, looks like Logan Leitzel is trying to make a move on Evan Holt here. Damn, voice almost gave out there. Down the inside goes Leitzel. Can he get it done? Might have a run here on him. Does not look like it. Oh, that ain't good. Down the inside does he go? See if he could hold on to it. Does not. Leitzel trying to make multiple moves here on Evan Holt. He's even cutting all the way across all these ruts here. Trying to get a run here. Gets a little bit of slingshot. Down the inside he goes. Towards the right-hand side, kind of cases. Gonna go outside, square up this corner, and Evan Holt messes up. Ends up crashing, going over that little rut there, and ends up tucking the front end. And he only loses about 1 or 2 spots. That's how far ahead they were of the rest of the field. Isaiah Dickerson is able to get by him, along with Luke Sullivan here. Uno mementos for that. Alrighty. See if Luke Sullivan can move up here, as he is now up into that P5 spot here. So he could even catch Leitzel, who looks like he seemed to have had a small mistake, as he is now 6 seconds behind Wyatt Grant. And then Jake Spieth also seemed to have a mistake, because he was up to about 2 seconds, I think I saw that, behind Hayden Stevenson. But Stevenson still leading about 10 minutes into this race here. See if he can hold on here. Oh, that's not good. Alrighty. But it's still Stevenson leading with Spieth second. Wyatt Grant now right behind him in that P3 still. Top 3 has remained the same for most of this race. What is going on? See if these guys can catch up to Hayden Stevenson here. But looks like Spieth has closed it in. It is down to 2 seconds here. See what he can do here now that he has him in his sights. Down the far inside goes Stevenson. Looks like it's a line that not many people have taken. And then Spieth here, trying to get by him. But he has caught up. You can see him. See if this will help him gain any more time. See, Spieth does have the fastest lap time, and Stevenson's last lap was a 2:10 compared to Spieth's 2:05.9. So, 5-second difference. Spieth, a little mistake there. Lost some time to Stevenson. And then Grant is actually coming along with Jake Spieth here to catch up to Stevenson to battle for that race lead. Ooh, Sullivan trying to go around the outside of Cash Woods here. Can he get it done? Doesn't look like it. He's going far right. Cash Woods going far left, and Woods was able to charge down the hill harder. See if he can hold on to it. Outside goes Woods. Second rut goes Sullivan. Can he hold on to it? No. But see if he could get a run up the hill here. Does not look like it. Let's go check up front. It is still the same running order for these top 5. Oh, and it looks like Stevenson actually ends up going down. So it allows Spieth to get back. Or not back, but he's able to get into the lead. And Wyatt Grant is able to go by it as well. So down into P3 goes Stevenson after a small mistake over the fly 150 or the old fly 150. So Spieth is now leading over Wyatt Grant, and then Hayden Stevenson P3. And then Logan Leitzel in that P4 spot, Cash Woods P5, and Sullivan in that P6. Alrighty. Alright, I'm gonna let you go on board with Leitzel as I try to fix my damn PC issues. There's one thing I want to try actually. No, that doesn't help. Unfortunately. Want to get it fixed. Didn't have any issues last week, but I guess I do now. So there is that. Alrighty. Well, it looks like while we were watching that, still a P4, but it looks like Stevenson was able to get by Wyatt Grant here, back in at P2. And it looks like Cash Woods is caught up to Logan Leitzel, and he's trying to make a move here. Ooh, and actually we missed it as we were going back, but Stevenson gets by Spieth, so Spieth must have went down there. Unfortunate mistake for him. But he looks like he's not. Ooh, almost gets a bad kicker there. And almost ends up going down. Let's see if Stevenson can hold on to it this time. Ooh, Stevenson, small mistake. Trying to go as far inside as he can. Clip the tough blocks. Goes down. So that was Grant. It looks like Leitzel is also going to be able to get by. Oh, Spieth tucks the front end and goes down. So Wyatt Grant to the lead. See if Leitzel can get around. Looks like he can along with Stevenson. So only down to third, but Wyatt Grant in the lead with Leitzel P2 and then Stevenson P3. Oh, and then Grant goes off course, actually, so Leitzel is up into the lead here. Great positioning here from Leitzel, able to put himself in a good spot and is able to move into the lead here. Leitzel in the lead. Cash Woods is going to go into P2. Spieth P3. Sullivan P4. Wyatt Grant P5. Cobble P6. And then it is Stevenson all the way down to P7 now. That wind becoming farther and farther away for him. To wait and see if he can hold on to it. Let's go back up to Leitzel, your 2022 Outdoors champion. Able to get back in the lead. Ooh, kind of a little small case there, but he's able to hold on. And see what he can make do with this now that he has a chance to win here. And I think whenever he won his title, Hangtown, it's kind of, I think it went 1-1 here maybe. So looks to be a solid track for him on the 250 machine here. Now we just wait and see if he can hold on for this full another about 12 minutes and 2 laps to go over Cash Woods, Jake Spieth, and Luke Sullivan here. See, it looks like they're all starting to take a little bit wider than the normal ruts here. Just have to wait and see. Alrighty. Leitzel still leading over Cash Woods here, who has a tiny bit of run on him, and Jake Spieth. We're gonna do this while I mess with this. No, that doesn't help right now. Don't worry about it after the race. We got 10 more minutes of this laggy shit before. Hopefully it'll be fixed with Leitzel actually messing up, so Cash Woods is gonna be able to go to the lead here. Oh my God. So it is Woods, Leitzel, and Spieth. Leitzel in a district design sandwich here. Alrighty. Ooh, kind of a small mistake there for Spieth. So Leitzel get a little bit of a gap so he could only focus on catching up to Woods here and try to make a move here. Oh, and Leitzel ends up going down. So Jake Spieth has to avoid him. I'm trying to change some settings. So Leitzel in third with Sullivan and Jackson Vick right behind him. And Jackson Vick down the inside of Sullivan. See if he can make the move. Looks like he can. They got a drag race up the hill here. Ooh, Sullivan down the inside. Able to take the spot right back in P4 with Leitzel in front of him. Oh, Vick kind of getting a better run down the hill. Sullivan taking the line from him, moving him out of the way here. He's able to hold on to that P4 spot, trying to catch up to Logan Leitzel right in front of him. To see what Leitzel can do here. See if he could catch back up, put himself in a good position to go for the win after that small mistake there. To lose the lead, and then another one to lose that P2, and he was right there for the win. Ooh, and Spieth looks like he's having a little trouble getting up that hill there, so Cash Woods able to extend a gap. And Leitzel still kind of just waiting there. With Cash Woods has, looks like it's about a 6-second lead over the rest of the field here. With Speed still that P2. Lightsel P3. Vic is going to be P4 over Sullivan. Race Cobble P6. White Grant P7. Evan Holt 8. Ben Kafa 9. Dylan Delaire P10. P11 Keelan Ortiz. P12 Caden Kopke. P13 Caden Speck. P14 Tom Quino. P15 Hayden Stevenson, your early race leader. P16 Ryan Chelsea. P17 Braden Tharp. P18 Adam Holm. P19 Jack Atlin. P20 Andre Feitosa. 21 Brett Powers. We still have yet to see Max Wilczek, our points leader here. As we kind of scroll on back here, he might have disconnected already. No, he's still all the way back here in P35. Don't know if someone was messing with him or not, or if he missed a timing gate, but he's still down in P35, your points leader. And P2 of Braden Tharp, he is down in P17. So someone completely random might have the points lead after this first moto here. Fortunately, my computer decides to take a shit, so we can't see it in good quality. That is unfortunate. Oh, and it looks like he clipped a tough block, so Cash Woods goes down out of the lead. See if Speeds can make the move here. Yep. He's able to go right by him. See if Lightsel and then might be able to, since he has to double and he cases Lightsel. He's going to jump right over him. Looks like he does. Almost ends up taking him down, but able to avoid it. Oh, and then he jumps into the back of Lightsel. Might be trying to take him out after he almost landed on him. And ends up going down himself, so it looks like he's down to P5 right now. P6. See, he's falling down the order. Sullivan is actually down himself, so he's going to start falling down the order with Cashwood. So Cashwood's only down to P5, Sullivan down to a solid P6. Trying to get past a lapper, those guys are. But it is Speeds leading with Lightsel P2, Vic P3, Race Cobble in that P4 spot, Wood P5, Sullivan P6, and White Grant P7. A little wheel wobbles there. So it is now Jackson Vic and Logan Lightsel battling for that P2 spot. Seeing if Vic can make a charge here and get by him. And Vic might have a run here around the outside. He kind of cuts back in. Decides to just follow him around the corner. Lightsel kind of cases a double, but Vic cases it harder. So Lightsel able to hold on here, as we do have 5 minutes remaining here in the moto. Down the inside goes Vic. Can he make the move? No, he cannot. Lightsel still holds on to P2. On the outside, inside goes Vic. See if he can make a move. Nope, still can't. So Lightsel still able to hold on to that P2. No changes in that top 10 still. And a P2 result for Lightsel is going to be solid after, I think he got 2 top 10s last week, but I don't know if he got a top 5 or not. But Spieth also not too far in front of him, so one mistake from Spieth and Lightsel or Jackson Vic can get into the lead here. It is only a 3.5 second gap here with 4 minutes remaining. Oh, Lightsel kind of gets stuck in that rut there. Can't stand the bike up quick enough. Loses some time. Vic is able to kind of almost make a move there. Really? Lightsel kind of gets stood up there in that rut. Loses a little bit of time, so Vic is able to close in once again. They both can still see Jake Spieth out front. And then Vic to the third rut. Lysol on the far outside, still able to hold on to that P2 spot. And he gets the run up the hill. Spieth has to deal with some lap traffic right in front of him. And that lap traffic looks like it just Cody Branson. And then Vic able to get a run down the right-hand side of Leitzel. Leitzel checks up, lets him have it. Just follows his lines. Wait and see. They both were 2 seconds quicker than Jake Spieth's last lap. But Vic was that little bit quicker than Leitzel. Leitzel trying to look down the inside again. Backs out. Branson kind of in Leitzel's line there. Kind of messes Leitzel up just that tiny bit. Oh, Vic messes up, goes outside of the rut, and then allows Leitzel back through into that P2 spot. And then it looks like Wilczek had some problems with Tyler Perez from that the guy who transferred out of the Consi. It looks like he has DC'd. So your points leader heading into round 2 has unfortunately disconnected out of Moto 1. So it's going to allow multiple people. Oh, it looks like Spieth was actually down. So it looks like Leitzel going to go down the inside, see if he can make the move. Has hit a rut that no one's really taken before. Can he get it done? Oh, Spieth clips a tough block, goes down. So Leitzel is into the lead now with 1 minute and 2 laps remaining. So it looks like it's going to be about 3 laps or about 2.5 laps left for Leitzel. See if he could hold on over Jackson Vick. Little small mistakes there from Jackson Vick, but I think that's the same for Leitzel, so no one really gained any time there. And Vick tripling while Leitzel's only doubling, so now they are side by side just a little bit there. See if Leitzel can hold on to this with a charging Jackson Vick right behind him. Leitzel still holding on to this lead. Vick closely behind him, so one small mistake. Leitzel, ooh, looks like there's a tiny one. Oh, and Vic has a worse one. Ends up bonering over that little wall jump there. Got a bad kick. See if it allows Spieth to close in. Not close enough to make a move. It looks like he also just came from making a mistake. Poor choice of words right there. But then it's Race Cobble P4. Luke Sullivan P5. Cash Woods down to P6. Still Leitzel out front. Leitzel's taking that far inside still. Oh, and Jackson Vick messes up, goes over the rut, and ends up going down, so it allows Jake Spieth by into that P2 spot. And it now gives Leitzel a huge gap over P2 and a big breather here. So it looks like he's got one more lap to go after this one. See, time has expired. Oh my, and he does end up going down. He definitely pulls a Jet Lawrence right there, man. Oof. On the Honda and everything. So that was Vic by with Race Cobble as well. Vic goes down the inside, makes a pass on him. is going to move into that P2 spot. Looks like Beast was able to get up still ahead of Cashwood, so he's still in P4. Leitzel still leading here. Got a 10-second gap now over Vic after Spieth went down in P2. Reese Cobb will still P3. Spieth, like I said, P4. 5 for Woods, and then 6 for Luke Sullivan. 7th for Grant. 8th for Quino. 9th for Holt. And 10th for Caden Speck on that EVP machine. Oh, Vic staying far left to avoid all the small little bumps there. And cuts all the way right to get the far inside. Got a lapper. Looks like that is Timmy Briscoe in front of him. And then it is a white flag now for your leader, Logan Leitzel, there on that Yogi Kawasaki. Jake Spieth's trying to make a charge for a podium here. Oh, is that someone down? Nope, that was just a lapped rider there. Ooh, kind of a wheelie there for Vic. So Reese Cobb was able to close in here along with Spieth. See if Cobb can make a pass down this hill. Does not, gets a little kicked and ends up going down. So Spieth is going to get into that P3 spot there. See if he can now make a charge onto that P2 position of Jackson Vic. He's trying to make a move down the hill. So he goes inside. I mean, he is right there, so even cuts can affect this. Oh, kind of a small slide out there for Vic. Maybe intentional there. Down the far inside goes Jake Spieth, trying to make a move. Scrubs real hard over the fly 150. Goes down the far inside. Does not give him the run, though, for this long rhythm here. Oh, Vic almost goes over the bars there. Spieth trying to make a move anywhere he can. Don't know if he could get it done. Watching it, looks like he's trying to go down the inside. Can't get it done because Vic is able to take the line from him. About right here. Doesn't look like it. They're battling, but looks like your Moto and winner here at Hangtown is going to be Logan Leitzel on the Yogi Kawasaki. And looks like Vic is going to be able to hold off here over Jake Spieth for that P2 spot. Beats him by 4/10. Looks like Cashwoods is going to get 4th. Luke Sullivan is going to get that P5 spot as long as he can hold on ahead of Reese Cobble here. Oh, and he slides out at the finish, but it takes Cobble down, so Sullivan is going to get that P5, but it's actually going to get Wyatt Grant into that P6. P7 for Reese Cobble. P8 for Evan Holt. 9th for Tom Quino. 10th is Caden Speck, just lugging it across the line here. Slowly wait for it. Stevenson is also there. Ding, ding. Looks like he's going to get P11 here. P12 is going to go to Braden Tharp, who was second in points coming into today. And then Dallaire going to get P13. P14 for Adam Holm. P15 for Ryan Chowsey. 16 for Caden Kopke. 17th for Ben Nerona. So top 3 in points all had bad finishes. Check is now, yeah, 18th for Jared Gummison, 19th for Jerome Boat, and then 20th for Brett Powers. Brett Powers going to score some points. I think Cam Ortiz might score points if they go to 21. So, oh, yeah, there we go. But looking at live time, it looks like nothing changes inside the top 10. That is good to note on. Logan Lightso getting the win here. You matched with my graphics, see if that can help. Go to you. Put you at like 80. Put you at like 8. Alright. Now we close the game. Relaunch it. And connect. Hopefully those small settings I changed will help for this one. You never know. But that's a good point. So it looks like Sullivan might actually, since he beat Grant and yeah, it looks like Sullivan is actually going to boost himself into the points lead there. So yeah, right now heading into Moto 2 is Sullivan that is going to be leading the points. And then this is the 450 points for you. Okay, there's the lineup check. If it will load. Can I load in, please? Before I miss the start. Oh, we missed the start. God damn it. Shit. Alright, well, we missed the start, but at least now we got good frames. So, you know, we'll take wins where we could get them. Holy shit. That is not where I want my frames to get them. Alright. But is Seth Carr leading over Alexis Leclerc? Then we got John Halmy and we got Cade Madley up there along with Bodie Parker battling early in this. Who is that off the track? That was Leclerc just making some moves off the track. Alrighty, Leclerc. But is Seth Carr, your points leader, leading the way early over Alexis Leclerc. Oh my God, somebody died. I think that was Cade Matherly. Yes, it was. It was Cade Matherly down early. So let a bunch of these guys by. Alec Horn, Tyson Johnson, John Heilman. Oh, and John Heilman takes down Alec Horn. So it's still Seth Carr leading over Bodie Parker. We got Alexis Leclerc, John Heilman, Tyson Johnson, Alec Horn, and then Taylor Bell, and then Enzo Buttigny and Chase Blakely, and then Austin Bear battling for that P10 spot with a bunch of riders. Corentin Julian, bunch of riders. But let's go back to the front and see how much of a gap Carr has. It looks like it is already up to 3.5 seconds over Bodie Parker. With Leclerc trying to make a move on him fast. Seeing if he can hold on here. Leclerc staying close to those edges there. Trying to hold on. And John Heilman behind him. Tyson Johnson, Taylor Bell, Alec Horn, Enzo Buttigny. All following in pursuit here. With Carr stretching it out now to a 4.2 second gap. Leclerc trying to make a quick move on Bodie Parker, seeing if he could charge up to him with some clean air in front of him. But now we wait and see. Bodie Parker down the far inside over Alexis Leclerc, going around the far outside. See if Leclerc can get a run down the left-hand side here. Jumps over all those little braking bumps there. He's going to go far inside here. And he makes the move on Bodie Parker, so he goes into P2, see what he can do now with some clean air to try and catch Seth Carr. Ooh, small mistake there for Leclerc. Kind of cross jumps Bodie Parker there. Bodie Parker hanging with him here. Seeing if he could force any mistakes on Leclerc. Around the far outside goes Bodie Parker. And it's up to 6.4 seconds now for Carr. See what lap times he's going to be running here. So still Heilman, Bell able to get around. Yeah, I don't even know where the Phils put their skins, because it wasn't in the skins thread and they never sent it to me. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have any of the Phil skins, which would be Leclerc's, unfortunately, you know. Kind of sucks, but we'll see. But a 2:03.2 for Seth Carr here on the first lap of the race. Let's see what Leclerc can put down. A 2:05.9, 2:08.1, 2:08.1, 2:07.4, 2:07.3, 2:07.8. So he is 4 seconds quicker than anyone else on track. As Alec Horn ends up going down there after the finish. So he is flying, trying to set burners down early on in the race to try to pull as big of a gap as he can over the rest of the field. Ooh, kind of a small kicker there for Bodie Parker. Almost goes over the bars. Was able to hold it in. And Leclerc's trying to put a little bit of distance between him and Bodie Parker, but still losing time to Carr. It is up to 7.8. Let's watch some of his laps. I'll keep an eye on live timing to see if anything else changes. But he is flying right now on the racetrack. Just silky smooth. I'll be honest, I'm not seeing any major lines that would make him that much quicker than anyone. So I'm guessing it's just roll speed that he has over him. But yeah, he ran a 2:03.9 that lap, which is just crazy to see. And then Leclerc ran a 2:04.7. So these two just 3 seconds quicker than anyone else in the field right now. Leclerc is, and then his car 4 seconds quicker than anyone else. So these guys are just on another level out front. But now we wait and see if Leclerc can even put down those lap times and try to catch him. Because Leclerc is known as the guy who can do outdoors. Has those 5 outdoor titles. See if he could put in the work and catch him and just fly around this racetrack. But Carr might make this one a boring one with that. I think he got the whole shot there. Let's look back to the pack for some battles. Still got Howman, Bell, Buttigny battling with Cocroft and Bodie Parker here for that P5 spot. Hold on to it. Out of Cocroft. Might try diving down the inside. Does not, though. Oh, and Alicorn, another mistake. Just kind of like the one we saw earlier. Just kind of tucks the front end. Goes over that rut, though, and goes down. Chase Blakely, the Jason Anderson lookalike out here. Getting it done. Looks like he is down in P9, right ahead of Austin Bear, who's P10. P11 for Corentin Julian, and then Jeremy Schiabro in P12. Cade Madley, he was up front early, had a small little collision with someone, ends up going down. It's down in P13. Castellaneta 14 and Larson P15. And then back up front, actually, Carr this past lap set another 2:03.1, so he is on the move. Let's see if he could keep it upright, though. As it looks like Leclerc couldn't, so Heilman is right behind him now. As now they are 20 seconds behind Seth Carr, who is leading. But Leclerc able to hold on to that P2 spot there. Ah, man. And then Taylor Bell, I don't think I've ever heard of this guy before. He does have a triple digit, so he's new. As for the Evolve team, same as Brandon Cocroft, his teammate. It looks like someone was down behind him. It isn't Joey Carter on Dr. Do Racing. That was Blakely by, Austin Bear by. It looks like Julian might almost get by him. Looks like someone else was down in the back. It was Bodie Parker, which allowed a couple more people by. Madley was one of them. See if Julian on that Impact team can make some moves forward here with Cade Madley right behind him, kind of pushing him forward. Madley trying to work his way around the inside, tries to cut back, but Julian has it covered. Down the inside goes Madley. Can he get it done? Ooh, looks like someone was down. That might be Austin Bear. Yes, it was Austin Bear down. So Austin Bear now falls out of that top 10 spot. See if these guys can catch up to Cocroft and Blakely here, who are battling for P6. So we've got Buttigny in P5, Bell P4, Hyman P3, Claire P2, and Seth Carr 21 seconds ahead of anyone else. Just ran a 2:02.8 last lap, so he is still putting down hot laps, and we are 11 minutes into this moto. Just crazy to think here. Carter. Madley now up to P8. See how much farther he can move in. He is P3 in the championship. So you're just waiting and see. Wait. Yeah. See if he can get past Joey Carter. Ooh, kind of gets a little kick there. Madley does. Does not lose ground. Goes down the far inside. See if he can get a run here on Joey Carter. They are side by side. A little bit of dualies action there. Madley cuts back under. Tries to go far inside, but Carter's able to block it off. Not fully. So Madley able to get the job done there on the pass. Ahead of Joey Carter, but Carter is able to jump back by him. Oh, gets a little kick and knifes the front end and goes down. So Madley has that P7 spot out himself. Doesn't have to fight for it anymore. Now his next person to pass. Yes, sir. It was a little rocky for the 250s. I won't lie, the frames were being a little framey, but we got it sorted out for this moto. But now Madley ends up going down. And it is going to allow all his hard work that he had of passing those guys, going to allow him back by. And then out front, looks like Carter finally has a bad lap, but it did a 2:04.9, which is only 0.2 slower than Alexis Leclerc's fastest time. So his bad time is basically Leclerc's best time so far, 7 laps into this race. It's crazy to think 20 seconds ahead of Leclerc, 2:04.3 there. So slowly putting in work if car keeps making those small mistakes, but we will wait and see. His top 5 hasn't really changed much here. Castellaneta into that P6 spot with Blakely 7th. Julian 8th, get passed by Scarborough for 8th. So 9th is Julian, 10th is Joey Carter, and 11th is Cade Madley right ahead of Austin Bear. Look at Austin Bear showing out here. Beating Bodie Parker, one of his riders. Out in P12, Austin Bear as he goes off track there, trying to give him props and he's making small mistakes. Commentator's curse there. Ahead of two of his Yogi riders of Jeff Cooper and Bodie Parker, number 29 and 30. And then Cocroft right behind those guys. Oh, and Madley down again. So just going from bad to worse here for Madley. Not able to hold it together, which bumps Austin Bear into that P11 spot. Julian battling with Blakely and Schiabro, along with Carter right in front of him for P7. And then it looks like Castellaneta is also right in front of him now, so that's whole train goes up to P6 here. Oh, and it looks like Julian goes down. All the Yogi riders back there split him. And it looks like actually Joey Carter goes down, so Schiabro and Blakely ahead of him. But it's a Yogi Kawasaki brigade here with Bodie Parker, Austin Bear, and Jeff Cooper right ahead of Cocroft still. With Bodie Parker leading the way on him, trying to catch up to Joey Carter. And then it's kind of a spread out train of Blakely, Schiabro, Castellaneta. And then we got Boutigny way ahead of these guys in P5. Bell still P4. Heilman still P3. Leclerc P2. And then P1 is Seth Carr, who ran a 2:03.3 last lap. So he's still putting in them burners. And I don't think anybody's going to be catching him. He's 20 seconds out of Leclerc and 30 seconds out of Heilman. 15 minutes into this. So as we're going to give a top 20 rundown as we are 15 minutes into this race. So Carr out front by 20 seconds over Leclerc. Then we have Heilman P3, Taylor Bell P4, Boutigny P5, P6 for Castellaneta, P7 for Schiabro, P8 for Blakely, 9th for Joey Carter, 10th for Bodie Parker, 11th for Jeff Cooper, 12th for Brandon Cocroft, 13th for Austin Bear, 14th for Seth Shirley, 15th for B. Lars, 16th for Frank Jackson, 17th for Blake O'Brien, 18th for Tyler Lang, and 19th for Corrington and Julian, and 20th for Jeremy Siebold, 21st for Business Johnson, 22nd, and then 23rd is actually Cade Madley. He was up to P7 at one point just a couple laps ago. Some big battles back here with Seth Shirley and Austin Bear here battling it. out for P12. Shirley was able to make the pass down the inside. There you go. A couple riders behind him. Got hiccups right now. That sucks. See if Bear can hold on. God damn. Hit a Sciabro and Lark. Fuck. Yep. I'm gonna, you know what, screw it. We're gonna, yeah, but you get to watch on Bear's point of view. Watch out to start out the hiccups. Alright, let's flip this on the trick. Never made it last time. Down goes Shirley, so it allows Jeff Cooper back by along with Austin Barrett, Sciabro, Jackson, and Lang and Larson. So Shirley falls down to P17, I think. God damn, 18th. Maybe. Ooh. There is a small mistake for car, as now Leclerc has it down to just 14 seconds. I swear to God, dude. You know what? You get to watch on a car, the fastest guy on track. Well, I continue to try to sort of hiccups. Alright, is he just lapped? Can't see that. No, I swear to fuck. Okay, so it is Joey Carter now into P5. Batigny fell down to P8 over, and then we got Buddy Parker, Chase Blakely, then Batigny. But now Cocroft. Dude, I swear hiccups suck ass. Cooper in P10, Jackson P11, Austin Bay P12, and then Sciabro 13 would be in P14. So a huge battle here for that P. Goddamn. 12 spot. And then down the inside goes Sciabro. God, dude. I mean, this battle is about as good as the battles we're going to get. And Cade Malley is on the end of it, so we're going to watch from his POV as he tries to work his way around these about 5-6 riders here. As he goes down. Oh my God, somebody is dead. It is Beelar has absolutely killed Braden Castellaneta. He does. Oh, he has the lip pro on. All right, cool. So Malley still trying to make a move here on Austin Bear and Seth Shirley. Austin Bear. Malley has a run actually around the left-hand side. He's able to triple up the hill. Almost gets in the back of Shirley. Tries to go around the outside here. Can he get it done? Doesn't look like it. Sciabro's also right in front of him. Malley trying not to run into the back of, god damn, dude, in the back of him. And around the outside, he goes around Seth Shirley. Seeing if he can make a move down the inside of Schiavo. All trying not to jump on him. And then he does make the pass. So that is 2 for 1 there. And it moves him up to P12. Next for the pass is Frank Jackson. And then that also leads up to a big group of Jackson, Cooper, Blakely, Cocroft, Butigny. And then all the way up to Bodie Parker, who is in that P6 spot. Oh, it looks like Butigny decided he didn't want to make that rut and allows Cocroft by. Still Blakely getting around Jackson and Cooper. Oh, and Blakely decided he want to go for a spin there. Goes down, so that will allow Cade Madley by into P11 along with Seth Shirley. Skip, guys, swear to God, dude, I hate hiccups so much. Oh my God. Commentation, it goes hiccup, and I'm like, I don't want to have a hiccup. God damn. Someone's down there banning Cocroft, so that was Madley get into a P10 spot, and still that small little group right in front of him of Jeff Cooper, Frank Jackson, Butigny, and Bodie Parker. Oh, down the inside goes God, Jeff Cooper. Yo, this moto's gonna suck for a damn replay, man. And he gets a run to the left-hand side of Butigny. Is able to make the pass. Goes down the inside. And he is up into that P7 spot for Jeff Cooper. Oh, Butigny trying to come back. But Cooper is able to cover off the inside. And then Frank Jackson trying to go around the outside. But allows Madley to probably get a pass in all the way around that side. See if Madley can do it again around Butigny. He does, and he's able to get it done. It looks like that is Joey Carter down. So that it moves Bodie Parker. Actually, there's Taylor Bell right in front of him. So Bodie Parker moves up to P4. Taylor Bell, P5. P6 for Jeff Cooper. 7th for Madley. 8th for Butigny. 9th for Jackson. Someone went dying in the background there. Ah, that's too many riders to go through. I swear to fuck, dude. I can't see those words on Twitch. Alrighty. Well, having to dodge some lappers there. It is back up to 17 seconds for Seth Carr. Making this thing look easy. Basically getting a really good start and just checking out on the whole field. And it is 48 seconds to P3. And then a minute 10 to P4. And then it goes back about a second. So P5 for Madley. After being up here before, falling back down to like 23rd, and then able to pull back up to that P5 spot with P4 right in front of him of Bodie Parker. See if he can hold on to it or if Madley is going to get the pass done. Down the left-hand side goes Madley. See if he could get a run around the outside here. Maybe, though. They're side by side. Parker kind of squeezes him, and Madley still gets the run as Parker almost endos there. So Madley up to P4 now. Oh my God, these hiccups have been bothering me for freaking 15 minutes of this moto, man. So Madley making a move, but Parker not making it easy. Oh, Madley almost going Indonesia there as Parker's able to skim around the outside, and he cuts off his line there. So he can't rail around the outside of him. Like I think he did to his teammate Jeff Cooper. I swear to God. Let's see if Bodie Parker can hold on to this P4 spot over Cade Madley. Woo. Madley trying to get the pass done here. Can't quite make it, so Bodie Parker... I see a bunch of you new viewers just joined, dude. I have had the hiccups for the past 15 minutes trying to commentate this moto. I swear, man. I swear. Alrighty. Bodie Parker still, guys, still P4 over Cade Mallory. Mallory trying to get a run on him though. Tries to go outside here. Ooh, kind of sticks to the rut more than Parker. Oh, and he ends up sliding out, trying to do too much on that rut and goes down. So that was Cooper by, Frank Jackson by. Oh, and he gets clipped by Taylor Bell trying to get going. So that was Carter by. That was Cocroft by. So P10 is where Madley is going to get up. He loses 5 spots there. You hate to see it for him. P3 in the championship. But now he's down to P10 in the moto. Work way back up. It is Frank Jackson P6, and it is Yogi in P4 and 5 with Jeff Cooper and Bodie Parker. And then Howman P3, Leclerc P2, Carr P1, 22 seconds ahead of him, and then he is a minute ahead of P3 in this moto, which is crazy to think about. He's just on another level right now. There is about 2 minutes and 2 laps left. My timer in the top right is about 30 seconds delayed because it took me a while to load into the race. I mean, I don't know. I don't got much words to say about Carr's performance in this Moto 1. Just checked out on the field. I think he got the whole shot. And I just checked out. Got a minute over P3. With Cooper down in P4 here, he is a minute 19 back off a car in P4. 3 seconds, man. Oh, it's Bodie Parker down to P5. I just realized that Jeff Cooper passed Bodie Parker. Yeah. And Frank Jackson here on the Triumph. In P6, Cocroft P7 battling with Madley now, who's trying to make the pass on him. Goes around the outside. See if he can hold it. He does. So yeah, P7 now for Madley. Oh my God, hiccups, I swear. And let's see how much further Madley can move up here. As he's, I think, one of the only ones taking passes besides Cooper and Bodie Parker passing each other. And he ends up going down trying to rush it. So he loses that spot back to Cocroft. His best lap is a 2:04.1. So him and Leclerc are the only two that are semi-close to Seth Carr. Everyone else is running a 2:06 or slower. Oh my God. I don't know if that was a cross jump, kind of at the angle where our camera was, a cross jump from Cocroft or Madley cross jumping, but they just collided mid-air. They both go down. And I think someone else goes down with, it was Carter went down in the same corner. So I would Seabolt by, along with Bell. And maybe Bell was ahead of him, who knows. But we are at time expired now. Where is this? Oh my God. He is almost lapping. Hold on. Let's see where he's lapped up to P18 now. Alrighty. That is crazy work from your points leader. Oh, trying to lap T-Lang there. And then he's lapping. Looks like that is Shirley. Looks like 2 laps to go now here for Seth Carr, your leader. Oh my God, whatever team that is, man. Like GIBR code, those guys were just swapping left and right. Lang was almost taking out Shirley there. But back to Leclerc after he had a follow crash last lap. He is now 35 seconds down from the lead. So, alrighty, Car. Task, get it, settle down. So this championship isn't like real life. Alrighty, Leclerc, I'm asking you to settle down there too. But yeah, don't want this championship looking like, you know, real life where someone walks away with it. Like, come on. That's all we have to look forward to. Hiccups, I swear. I might go grab something a quick snack in between this moto, see if that'll help get rid of the hiccups. Sorry, I feel like I've been commentating this whole moto with hiccups. Alrighty. So Madley back up to 7th. And a Bell, Carter, Castaneda, Seabolt, Blakely, Sciabra, Cocroft. Then here's Austin Bear, who is now a lap down. And he's in 15th. Car's putting on like a 2015 Tomac right here, man. And he's coming to the white flag. Is lapped Scarborough and Cocroft here, so that is up to 13th that he's lapped. Let's watch his final lap. You know, I'll look at the leaderboard for any battles. Doesn't see any, so we are going to watch this man. Actually, never mind. I see one between Bodie Parker and Frank Jackson. So you're gonna go to those guys here. Yeah, it's kind of close. I don't know how I'm gonna time this for car across the line, but hey, motherfucker, dude! I swear, I'm getting tired of hiccups, man. I'm getting tired of this shit. All right, pal. Alrighty. See if Jackson can make this thing close here. If you could put it back, yep, battle to the end. As Castaneda and Seabolt are having a battle here for P8 with Bell and Carter battling for P10. With Blakely right behind him, who is a lap down. P12. It looks like... Never mind, it was just a life timing thing, mess up. So you see as this is P11 and Carr is about to lap them. Alrighty. So Carr might just run away. If he has this type of level ride every race, he's gonna walk away with the championship. Heck, if it wasn't for finishing P2 Moto 1 last week, he could have undefeated this whole championship if he rode like this. Ooh, alrighty, as we are going to go back up to the front. As for your Moto 1 winner for the 450 class at round 2 at Hangtown, it is going to be Seth Carr as he's checking up, probably letting a teammate by. Yep, he's going to let a teammate by. And then he's going to cross the line 40 seconds out of P2, which is Alexis Leclerc. An outstanding win for Seth Carr. I don't think he had a fall off all race, which is crazy to say for a 35-minute moto. Claire is going to come across the line in that P2 spot. Once he crosses here, I hope these hiccups go away before the second moto of 250s. And P2 for Mr. Alexis Leclerc, or Alexis Leghair, Boner Leghair. Many names he goes by. P3 for Highman, who is a minute back. And then he's actually going to get passed by Jeff Cooper for P3. So we have a battle to watch for P3 here between Cooper and Heilman. If either one of them go down, Bodie Parker and Frank Jackson might get him. So Cooper has a little bit of a gap here. See if he could hold on. And it looks like if he could get around these turning rollers here. And then Jeff Cooper, if he could get around here, looks like he's going to hold on and get a P3 after a late race charge to pass Heilman. So a P3 for Jeff Cooper, 4th for Heilman for being P3 the whole moto. 5th for Frank Jackson is going to be a 6th for Bodie Parker. 7th for Madley after having to work his way up here about 3 or 4 times. 8th for Joey Carter. Ninth for Taylor Bell, 10th for Jeremy Siebold, 11th for Braden Castellaneta, 12th for Schiabro, and then 13th for Chase Blakely. Let's look for cuts. Does anybody get past? No, obviously. Between the top, Cooper keeps P3, Howman P4, Jackson P5, Bodie Parker P6, P7 for Cade Matt, 8th for Carter, 9th for Bell, 10th for Siebold. So top 10 stays the same, but it is this man with a dominant performance. Would have been about 40 seconds if he didn't wait up to let a teammate by. But what a ride from the number 6 machine and your points leader. Extending his points lead to, I think it is, let me double check, see here. I'm going to go to this page. With the 3 points is now to 10 points now for Seth Carr. Oh yeah, really? Delete that. Okay. Connect them. Go grab food real quick. Oh damn! He already took off the red plate. Red plate too heavy. I don't think it's start. Is it? Can't have been. No, I don't think so. Cause yeah, I don't think this is the race. If it is, that kind of sucked, but I doubt it. Okay, yep, there we go. Right, bullet here. I guess we'll go on Luke. Luke, see what he could do here. Gate is down. Oh, Luke gets a horrible start. Looks like it is Stevenson. He actually gets pushed wide here. And it's going to be Wyatt Grant followed by Evan Holt. Then Caden Speck around the outside. Ooh, almost getting to the back of Wyatt Grant there. And then Evan Holt overshoots the corner. Loses a ton of spots. But Wyatt Grant leading with Caden Speck. Jake Spiess, your Moto 1 winner over Cashwoods. Oh my god, it looks like Caden Speck just died trying to scrub down the hill. And everyone just following in pursuit there. So Wyatt Grant with Jake Spiess, Ben Kafa going down with Cashwoods as they get collected there. So it allows, actually, your Moto 1 winner, sorry, it was Logan Leitzel through. Not Jake Spiess. Jake Spiess, I think, got P2. Just trying to give everything a check as he goes around the outside. I think it was Ryan Chelsea. I think he went around the outside of him. So still Wyatt Grant up front. Look at the results here. Yeah. Alrighty. So Wyatt Grant, Jake Spiess, Logan Lights, Ryan Chelsea, Tom Quinault, Braden Tharp is up front early this race. Followed by Luke Sullivan, Evan Holt, Adam Holm, Jack Mark, Hayden Stevenson. Let's go back to the front, see what Wyatt Grant could do. With Jake Spiess right behind him. Trying to make a move here. With Leitzel waiting for a mistake from either of these two. Ooh. Ryan Chelsea going wide there. Tom Quinault as well. Haven't seen much of Quinault. So Chelsea lead a lot of either Moto 1 or Moto 2 last week. Trying to see if he could repeat the same. Speed's still breathing down the neck of Wyatt Grant here. Will Grant misses the rut, has to go around the first jump. Gains a little bit of time there, but not on the hill. As Spiess gets a drive down the inside, he goes. Can he make the pass? He takes the line, and he does. Into the lead goes Jake Spiess. And then did Grant go down? No, he just made a few mistakes, so now he's got to worry about Logan Leisel trying to get by him. Looks like somebody's already DC'd. We're only 3 minutes in. But Leitzel trying to make a move quick here on Wyatt Grant. I think he does have the, let me double check from last race results. So right now he would be tied with Jake Spiess for the overall, but Spiess would get it with the better Moto 2 finish, so he has to make this pass to get the overall win. He goes left after getting a big run, see if he can make a move here down the inside. Can he hold the line? Nope, but he does get front end lock. Goes down, allows Quinault by, allows Chelsea by, and Tharp. So now he's right in between Tharp and Evan Holt. Around the outside he goes, tries to get a run here. Can he get one on Tharp? He does not. Goes around the far outside again, kind of cuts back into that third rut. Cannot make the move.
as Tharp is battling with Quino. Tharp doubling there to make the pass, and he's able to get it done on Quino. So see if Leitzel can try to follow him through here. Ooh, he kind of gets shoved off to the side from Evan Holt there. So now it's Luke Sullivan right behind, or not, behind Logan Leitzel. Jake Spieth still leading here over Wyatt Grant with Chelsea P3, Tharp P4, P5 for Quino, P6 for Holt, and then P7 is Logan Leitzel, your Moto 1 winner. Tharp trying to make a move on Chelsea here for P3. Trying to salvage any points he can after a poor Moto 1 result. Doubles over the start straight kind of cases, both of them do. Don't get any time. Is that Spieth? That is Spieth down, it looks like. It is. So Jake Spieth loses lead. So it's Wyatt Grant back up front with Chelsea P2, Tharp P3, Holt 4th, and then Leitzel P5 with Sullivan P6 with Spieth getting up in P7. Right ahead of Stevenson and Quino, who Quino looks like he might have also gone down. Now we wait and watch this race, see what Chelsea can do in P2 and see if Tharp can make some moves into that to battle for the win here with Wyatt Grant. Or if Wyatt Grant could set sail and try to put himself a little distance between him and the rest of the pack here. As well send it down that small little wall jump there. Both go outside. Chelsea gets a little kick there, but he's able to hold it together. Top to here, very close. One mistake for many of them, and the other two will get by. Let's watch from Tharp's POV on this battle here. Oh, kind of gets stuck there on the little lip there. But he does set the fastest lap of race of a 2:05.8. 5/10 quicker than anyone else until Cash Woods down in P12 sets the faster one of a 2:05.7. Ooh, and it looks like Chelsea down the inside is able to make the move over Wyatt Grant. Ooh, kind of gets a little kick there. Wyatt Grant able to charge harder down the hill and take the P1 spot right back. Chelsea down the third rut, kind of misses it, almost clips into the back of Wyatt Grant. It's going to case that, so it allows Braden Tharp into the P2 spot here. I feel like I'm getting a little sick here, so sorry if commentate not too exciting. Especially with having to deal with all the computer issues for the first moto of this race. Got it all figured out now, though. So, see if Tharp can make a move. It looks like, actually, Chelsea gone down. And he is way back here. Don't know what happened to Chelsea. He has missed a timing gate. Ryan Chelsea missed a timing gate. And he's still continuing on. That is unfortunate for him as Tharp made the move as we were trying to see what happened to Chelsea. So Tharp into the lead. Wyatt Grant trying to use Madley's line. Cannot get it done. So Tharp holds on to the lead over the Fly 150 with Grant in P2. Then we have Spieth P3, Leitzel P4. And then fifth is Luke Sullivan. See if any of these guys can close in and make some moves on Braden Tharp and Wyatt Grant. Let's watch this battle here as they're still pretty close by. Then it's looking like Chelsea finally realized he missed a timing gate. Unfortunately, he put him down to P32. Then Ben Norona down in P34. Two bad rotos. And Tharp clips a tough block and goes down. So Grant is to the lead with Spieth going by. See if Leitzel can get through. Yes, he does, but not Sullivan. He gets up right in front of him. Said Sullivan heading into this moto after all the other championship rivals had poor motos is able to be in the points lead heading into this one, just barely, I believe. So we will see the outcome after the end of this moto, what the points will be looking like. But right now it is Leitzel who will have the overall victory unless Spieth can get past Wyatt Grant once again. As Beast did set the fastest lap last lap with a 2:05.3, and it looks like, let me double check. No, never mind. That was just a timing issue. Live timing, it did look like Lightslow did go down, but he did not. He's still up. With Tharp and Sullivan right behind him. And it looks like while we were checking that out, Spieth did get by Grant. So right now, Spieth does have the overall victory over Logan Leitzel. See if he could hold on to it this time, but Grant still being as consistent as ever. Holding on to this position, not really getting any fall-offs, but not really having the raw pace to kind of pull away. As I say that, he goes flipping, scrubs a little too hard there, goes down. And Tharp is actually getting by Leitzel, so that still does not give Leitzel the overall win. But he's going around the left side of Tharp, seeing if he could hold it down, make the move down the inside. Tharp tries to close him off, and Leitzel is getting a little bit of a front-end lock there. So close battering here for this top three and the overall here. And then we got Holt now in P4, Stevenson P5, Grant P6, and Sullivan actually down to P7 now. And another small mistake, so see if Caden Speck can get by him here. Down the inside, thinks better of it, so Sullivan is able to hold on to P7. But Speck charging down the inside, cannot get the pass done. Move back up to Tharp and Leitzel battling here for that P2 spot. As Jake Spieth's last lap set the fastest lap of the race with a 2:05.2. So absolutely moving on the virtual dirt course there. Ooh, little kicker there. Might have clipped a tough block for Tharp there. So Leitzel almost got a freebie, but Tharp able to hold on. So they're still 2 and 3 here with Holt closing in behind him. Just following each other's lines, waiting for a mistake. They're all evenly paced here, so but Leitzel does have to make this pass for the overall. And Spieth is doing all he can to secure an overall win here. Just watching and waiting here. Still Holt P4, Stevenson P5 still. A little tiny mistake there. Got the dirty bike there with the dirty wheels. And still Grant P6, Sullivan 7th, Speck 8th. Landon Walters in P9. And P10 for Tom Cornell, Race Cobble 11, Dallaire 12th. And then Maxwell, check your points leader coming into this round in P13. Took off the red plate, felt a little heavy for him. And it's helping him out as he's up to 13th, down in 30th. And then Leitzel still trying to work on the Tharp here. As he is closing in here. So you see Spieth going the other direction. He did run a 2:04.8 is what Spieth ran, so it was up to 6-second gap over these two. But Leitzel was quicker last lap. See if he can make the move. Let's actually hop on board with him. See how he's trying to move around this course while also trying to follow Tharp and not get involved in any mishap that he might have. As off the track goes Tharp. So Leitzel might have a run here, but he's not close enough to capitalize on it. See, clears the double there down the inside to see if he can make a move here. Oh, gets a run. They're side by side going up this hill. Does Tharp have a better run? No, Leitzel does. They're side by side still. And then Tharp takes the far inside, leaves Leitzel the room, but is able to take the P2 spot and hold on to it there. Over Leitzel. Lightsoul trying every line here, going outside, inside, opposite lines. Everything is just not working to get around Tharp here. Ooh, little mistake there. Hit a little bit of a toe block there for Lightsoul. Still trying to hold on here. Ooh, kind of misses the rut there. Lightsoul does. Goes kind of nice it and goes over the rut. Doesn't go down though. So luckily he's still close, but it's now up to 3 seconds behind him. And Spieth ran a 2:09.3, so he had a massive mistake this past lap and another one right there. So just 2 seconds now for Tharp. And then Lightsoul is now, it's 5 seconds between the two with Stevenson P4. And he is about 12 seconds back. 14 seconds back for Wyatt Grant here. 17 seconds back for Evan Holt, who actually makes a mistake, so it's going to be even bigger now. Him and Caden Speck both. We're up to about 20 seconds here. With Walters right behind him now, with Sullivan now down to P9 after a couple mistakes with Tom Cornell in P10. We're halfway through. Let's do a little bit of a rundown of the top 20 here. We got Jake Spieth leading with his teammate Braden Tharp in P2, Logan Lightsoul on the Yogi Kawasaki in P3, Hayden Stevenson P4 on Nexus, Wyatt Grant in P5 on Twizy, and then P6 for Evan Holt on District Designs, P7 for Sullivan on JABR Co., P8 for Tom Quinnell on Xeon, P9 for Dylan Delaire on Covenant, P10 for Race Cobble on EVP, and then his teammate is in P11 of Caden Speck, Walters on DVAST in P12, P13 for Adam Holm, P14 for Cash Woods. It's actually just got passed by Jackson Vick, so Vick is 14th, 15th for Woods, 16th for Wilczek, 17th for Gummison, 18th for Godbout, 19th for Cosenza, and then 20th, I believe, is Caden Kopke, and then 21st is Jack Gatlin. All the way back in front, still the same running order for the top 5 here. Oh man, am I getting tired. Fucking egg fishes. I had to close last night and then open today, so a little tired, but getting it done. So the commentary might not be as good either. A little tired, a little bit of sickness, so yeah. We'll be fine though. We could finish it. Jake Spieth still leading, 15 minutes through. He was leading earlier, and the moto went down and then had to work his way back up. And then Tharp slowly worked his way up after a decent start this moto compared to last moto. Lightsoul, same thing, just followed Tharp up through the pack. And then Stevenson, I think he was pretty buried. Oh my god. Absolutely kills himself, gets launched on the other edge of the track, so that allows Wyatt Grant by. See if it allows Evan Holt by. It looks like it does, but he gets up right ahead of Luke Sullivan here. And we'll check your points leader is in P14. But these guys slowly catching up to Spieth here. Spieth some more mistakes here in the road, and these guys slowly catching up. Either one of them makes a pass of Tharp or Lightsoul, and Lightsoul will have the overall victory here today. As they got a decent sized gap, about a 20-second gap over the rest of the field, but Tharp now within 2 seconds of his teammate. See, he has to make the pass for the championship, but he will make Spieth lose the overall if he does end up making that pass. See what kind of team games will be going on here. Doesn't look like Spieth is willing to give up the spot. We'll see what Tharp wants to do here if he catches up. And then Lightsoul he's just fair game here. He has no teammates inside the top 20, I'm pretty sure. I'm using a call with some of them, but some other people in the top 20. But we will wait and see. Stevenson actually works his way back up to 4th, with Sullivan working his way around Wyatt Grant to get into P5 here. Sullivan putting on a late race charge here on the number 11 Triumph Machine. See if he can make it past Stevenson, but then he has a 20-second gap to catch up to Leitzel. I don't know if that can happen in the next 10 minutes and 2 laps, but we'll wait and see. As Beast starts to bring the gap back out again, it's up to a little over 2 seconds now, and then it's got about a 4-second gap to Leitzel. Ooh, a little bit of a kicker there. Oh, and then down he goes, ends up going down, so that'll give Leitzel the overall victory as of right now. Tharp losing also championship points, which is kind of a pain to see. Leitzel does go back to IRL racing next week, so we'll see if he's still as competitive as, you know, in the past couple years after he won his title in the game. Started racing more IRL, and it ended up hurting his pace in the game, so we will wait and see. But Leitzel, some small mistakes here. He had his own fall off, I believe, because it's up to 10 seconds now, with Tharp right behind him, trying to make the move here to give his teammate the overall victory. And he goes down the inside. Can he make the pass? And oh my god, Leitzel gets a horrible kick and ends up going down, goes flying off the track. So Tharp into P2, and it will give Spieth the overall. Now Stevenson will see what he can do, see if he could close in on Leitzel, along with Sullivan trying to close in on those two. We'll wait and see, as Stevenson last lap had a poor lap of a 2:17. See what he runs this lap as you come close to the end of it. See what all these guys run. Tharp ran a 2:17. He had a fall off. Spieth ran a 2:08. Did not have a fall off. It looks like Leitzel had a 1 or 2 fall offs with a 2:24 and then a 2:07 for Stevenson. So, see what he could do. And then Sullivan had a 2:09.4. Delaire 2:09.0, 2:11.0 for Quinault, 2:08.4, and then a 2:17.9. So Wyatt Grant, back-to-back poor laps, unfortunately. Got Dylan Delaire on the Covenant Machine down here in P6, or up to P6 actually, with Sullivan just not too far ahead of him. And then now Stevenson has a good shot of getting Leitzel here if a couple more mistakes happen. We will wait and see here. With Tharp still ahead of him. And then a 12-second gap between Spieth and Tharp here with 8 minutes and 2 laps to go, or about 7.5 minutes. Ooh, actually saw that on live timing. Stevenson make a couple mistakes here, so Sullivan able to get by here with Dylan Delaire as well. And now Sullivan up to P4, 8 seconds behind Leitzel. That'll help him in the title and maybe even extend his points lead just that little bit more, if he in fact does have that points lead on this, because my mathing might be not mathing correctly. Oh, and Tharp actually goes down. It looks like he goes down up that step up. See if Leitzel is close enough to catch up to him. Tharp tries to get going, and he gets going right ahead of Leitzel here. But they are side by side down the hill. Leitzel on the far right, where it is a little bit rougher, maybe a little bit smoother towards the end of it. Tharp takes the inside line away from him. He's able to hold on to that P3 position. As now Spieth is 21 seconds ahead of the rest of the field now. So he has this thing pretty much wrapped up, the second moto, doing all he can to get that overall. And then Tharp and Leitzel still battling for P2 here. Looks like it's been about 15, maybe 20 minutes these guys have been battling for that P2. Leitzel now up to P4, or not Leitzel, Sullivan up to P4. Let's just a waiting game to see who cracks first, as they're all a little bit spread out from each other. And actually, as I go back here, Max will check. Your points leader coming into this round is up to P9 now, so helping him with some damage control here. Let's go back forward here. Looks like Delaire might be closing in on Sullivan here for that P4 spot. It looks like there was a mistake from Jake's Beast, as it is now down to 11 seconds between P1 and P2 here. Lightso just a little bit behind him. Sullivan, P4. Oh my god, Delaire goes slipping. Really trying to emulate Jet Lawrence there. Absolutely flying down that hill. Losing spots to Stevenson. Let's see if Holt or White Grant can buy. No, he gets up right ahead of White Grant, so only loses one spot there. So he's now down to P6. And Sullivan now has some breathing room here. And Lightslow only 7 seconds ahead of Sullivan, so a couple more stakes between these top three, and Sullivan could be right in this. Maybe not for overall. Let me check where he got Moto 1. He got P5, so he's looking to get a 5-4 here on the day, which would give him, it looks like, a third overall here. So a solid ride from Sullivan here. Just wait and watch. Any mistakes? Any passes? Oh, more mistakes from Spieth, actually, your race leader. So now it is only down to 2 seconds now. He ran a 2:26, so he had 2 fall-offs last lap. So it is down to 2 seconds between him and Tharp. 4.8 seconds between him and Leitzel. And then it looks like it is down to 12 seconds between him and Sullivan. So it is getting spicy here towards the end of the moto here, with a little under 4 minutes and 2 laps to go. These beasts can hold on here for that little bit longer. Oh, and he's able to save it there. Oh my god. Could have been a big one and tossed away the overall win there. But now Tharp is even closer. He's within a second almost. Let's see if Spieth can hold on here for, looks like, about 3-4 laps left of this moto. And we'll check. Looking at lifetime, it looks like he actually fell down to P14. It looks like he's scrolling across your screen. Alright, let's see what Tharp can do here. And even Light's still in the background. And it looks like Sullivan had a bit of a mistake there, because it is up to 22 seconds. Stay just a little over a second here. These guys come together. Like I said, small mistake. Lightsoul's in it. Let's see, it was a 210 for Spieth, 208.8 for Tharp, and a 208.4 for Lightsoul. Lightsoul lapping the quickest head of this group. I think he's the quickest on track as well. Oh, and a slide out for Tharp. Oh my god. And a little bit of pogo stick action goes down, so Lightsoul back into the overall win here. See if anyone else gets by him. No, and Sullivan is actually down in the turning rollers here. And it allowed Wyatt Grant by, so 5th here. Let me double check that. And it looks like that might be enough for Grant to take the P3 on the podium here for the overall. And then Weitzel not too far behind Spieth here. And even he's close in the championship, so he might have a shot at being the points leader after the end of this race. There is some lap traffic right in front of him. He might get there before time expires. We will see. It's going to be close for if time expires or not for him. Might be on 3 laps to go or 2 laps to go. Ooh, he's cutting it close. 10 seconds. I think he doesn't make it in time. So we have 2 more laps to go here in 250 Moto 2 here at Hangtown. With Leitzel right behind Jake Spiess, trying to make a move into the lead here. Oh, small mistake there from Spiess. See him kind of getting a little hopped out of the rut there as they are lapping right around the Yamaha there. Time did expire, so yeah, we do have 2 laps to go here. Leitzel closing in. It's 1.8 seconds behind. Spiess down to 1.5, 1.4, slowly going down here. It is real close. It's almost within a second here. Let's watch on board with him, see what he sees. Ooh, little mistake there. He does have a chance to go 1-1. Back up to 2 seconds here. Spiess pulls it out. Can you get the double clean? Kind of cases it, but still launches down the hill. Going quicker than Spiess here. Gets the double over that clean. Oh, almost goes over the bars there. Just railing the rut. It's 1.2, 1.3. Slowly going up here. Kind of taking the same lines as Spiess here. Let's see what he can do with a little over a lap left. And Spiess goes down out of the lead. He misses the rut, goes down, so that allows Leitzel into the lead here. And the chance to go 1-1. Costume mistake by Spiess. Did not start making those till late in the moto. Might be the road messing with the setup here. And then now Tharp right behind him. For this title, Tharp wants to get around Spiess here. And not lose as many points as he can. Maybe to Leitzel or Sullivan, who's 1 spot behind him here. But he got a really big gap. It's about 20 seconds behind the 2. So let's see. Leitzel dealing with some lap traffic. Lapper gets in the way. Who is that? Might be 69. I think that might be Spec, but I'm not super sure with it. So he loses some time. It is 2.5 seconds between Spiess and Leitzel now. Leitzel going smoothly with the other lappers on track. Yeah, that might have been Spec that he was lapping. Not too sure here. But Ben Arona, 3rd coming into the night, and ends up getting no points, both motos. Fortunate for his title hopes. Ooh, there's a lapper down in the middle of the track there. See if Leitzel can get around this one as easily as it is. White flag here. Trying to work through lap traffic. Spiess right behind him, though. See if he can make the move here. See if he can get a drive. They're going up the hill here. They're going double, single. Spiess tries a triple. He's right there. It's within a second now. See if Leitzel can hold on to these last couple of corners. Cuts in, kind of slides out there. Ooh, he's able to stand the bike back up there. Spiess down the inside, takes him down, and takes himself with him. They both go down. That's going to allow Tharp into the lead here. Spiess with a Hail Mary of a pass. Takes them both down. Does not even give him the overall still. So Tharp is going to be able to get the win here if he can hold on to it for these last couple corners. Does the step up fine. Spieth right there, though. And then can Tharp hold on? He's got one more corner, and then the turning rollers here. Down the inside. Can he hold on to it? Gets over the table, and it looks like for the Moto 2 victory, it is going to go to Braden Tharp if he could hold on here. And he does, so Moto 2 victory goes to Braden Tharp with Spieth P2, and that is going to give Logan Leitzel the overall victory on the day with a 1-3 over Spieth's 3-2. And then P4, it looks like it's going to be Luke Sullivan, who I believe might be the points leader after tonight. We'll have to wait and see for it to update. Let me go check the RF website. All right, we have to wait and see for this. But it is going to be Logan Leitzel as your overall victory. It actually looks like Tharp might be the points leader after tonight. But Logan Leitzel, after 5 seconds of cups for Spieth, is your overall winner with a P2 for Jake Spieth and then P3 for Luke Sullivan by going 5-4. Thank you for the follow, my guy. I think that's Talon Zollers. Let's go. We up to 50 followers. What an exciting end to a Moto number 2 for the 250 class. Kind of crazy with Spieth getting that Hail Mary for the try to go for the win, but it ended up costing him the win. And yeah, so Leitzel getting his first overall win since I think his title. Don't quote me on that. If Stats Guy was in this, he would know that more than me. Let me change the overlay. Yeah, I don't think this is the race. So now we wait and see for the 450 boys. See if Seth Carr can put on another Eli Tomac-esque performance. We're gonna watch Seth Carr. All right, we'll see what Seth Carr can do on this moto. Now that we actually get to watch the dang start. So we wait and see. 30-second board sideways. He's walking across the track, and the gate is down. Somebody hit the gate there. Let's see if get a start. Madley kind of cuts over on him. Thank you for the follow there. Oh, and the car actually goes down. It is Leclerc trying to get redemption here now. And then was followed by Shirley. Looks like Madley is up front again. And it looks like it is B-Lars right behind him. Jeff Cooper up front as well. So a lot of the guys that were up front in the first moto, except for Carr and Shirley. But now see what Shirley can do with the start. I haven't seen him with the start yet in outdoors. Down the inside, see if he could get by Leclerc there. Side by side up the hill. Ah, boner air. And then looks like he kind of stalls up the hill. Shirley able to get by. No, they banned that. I was gonna say did he swap setups, but no, they banned it. So Shirley with the lead now over Leclerc with Cade Madley in the P3 spot. P4 for Tyson Johnson, P5 for Jeff Cooper, Vial 6th, Larson 7th, Davis 8th, 9th for Heilman, 10th for Lang, Bell, and then no clue where Carr is right now. Looks like he's 26th, as you see it scrolling across the screen. What a crazy race here. We will get to see Carr work his way through the pack here, see how far he could get up. And this could end up helping Mr. Leclerc. Yep, that's his name. Fast Frenchman, yep. So Shirley leading early here over Leclerc and Matherly. Madley, this could give him an opportunity to gain some more points, even though he did get, I think, a P6 first moto. So some more points for Madley here. Let me actually pull up the first moto scores here. He got P7, so yeah, this could give him a chance to gain those points back on Seth Carr, as Shirley will lead us through lap 1. Leclerc, Madley, Cooper, Vial, Johnson, Heilman, Larson, Davis, Lang, Bell, Reyes, Jackson, Moore, battling with Bindis. Then we got Bollinger and then Bodie Parker. Caleb Hall back here. Alrighty. Oh, and over the bars goes Shirley, goes flipping down the hill, pirouette. Goddamn, looking like a ballerina out there. And it will give the lead to Alexis Leclerc. With Madley now P2, Val 3, and Jeff Cooper in that P4 spot. The outdoor guy. Guess that's what he is. He was kind of there for the Supercross, but now he's battling 450 outdoors. So, but Vial in is trying to get past Matherly. Oh, he cases there, so looks like Cooper's going to go down the inside, see if he can get past them. They're side by side. Vial gets a better drive down the hill. Is able to hold on to that P3 spot here. Cooper trying to cut back under, but just follows him. Does it go? Ooh, almost over the bars there for Vial, but is able to hold on to it. Cooper trying to make a pass here, but nope, just follows through. Seeing if he could capitalize off any mistakes. Almost double whips, goes off the track there. Is able to save it, though. And that allows Tyson Johnson to close in here. Looks like somebody was down. That was B-Lars. That was Davis, Lang, and Heilman through. But Leclerc still leading here. Coming to the end of lap 2 with Madley still in that P2 with Vial and Cooper. Now Johnson P5 with Heilman 6th, Lang 7th, Davis 8th. The old man getting it done in P8. And then P9 for Bell, B-Lars, and P10. Jackson in P11. 12th for Bodie Parker. 13th for Bollinger. 14th for Cocroft. And then Carr battling for 15th with Jeremy Siebold. So he's already worked his way past about 10 people in about a lap. And then battling with his teammate. Ooh, kind of shuts the door on him. Time to see how far he could work up. Vial set the fastest lap of the race with the 2:03.7. So just like last week, he was fast in Moto 2, kind of non-existent Moto 1. See how far Carr can work up, see if he could even get up to Leclerc. He's got about 25 minutes and 2 laps left. He's right behind Cocroft right now. Down the inside rut. He's got 3 riders right in front of him, which are Cocroft, Bollinger, and Bodie Parker. So he can make moves past them. Goes down the inside, trying to get it past Cocroft, side by side with him. Can't get it on. Cocroft kind of cuts over on him. See what Carr can do here. Somebody's down in the middle of the track. That is John Heilman. And then Carr makes a mistake, so he gains the spot, loses one to Siebold. Trying to work his way back up, but he's right behind his teammate right now. Ooh. Siebold trying to make a move past Cocroft right now. Kind of get hung up by him. Trying not to run in the back of him. Looks like that is Johnson. That is not Matherly down. And then it's Bollinger right in front of him on that Twizy TSCZ bike. Oh, kind of cuts off Cocroft. Carr going around the outside of his teammate there, making it work. And that moves him up to P13 there. And Matherly runs the fastest lap of the race with the 2:03.1. And let me actually go up to that battle, because it's a battle for the lead between him and Leclerc right now. Matherly fresh off that 250 East title in Supercross, trying to get it done here in 450s. After a poor Moto 1, he's trying to gain those points back in Moto 2 by doing the most he can by getting a win here. And he's down the right-hand side. See if he can get a run here up the hill. They're side by side. Leclerc has the far inside. He elects to go that middle rut. Is able to hold on to the lead here. And kind of hitting that little thing. Kind of doubling down the hill there. See what Matherly can do now. There he has a little bit of gap again. Both go that kind of middle rut ish. I think it's middle rut. But Leclerc is still leading here. Back to the pack, don't see much battles, but Carr is up to P11 here. Matherly trying to go around the outside. The line that he used past a bunch of people in Moto 1 doesn't work on Leclerc, though. So now he just has to follow in, see if he could get a run here. Looks like he does. They're side by side, but nope. Leclerc is able to pull back ahead towards the end of it. He's able to hold on. So amazing battle here between Leclerc and Matherly. Leclerc going kind of inside. Matherly trying to go outside, trying to get a run here. Goes outside here again. If he could run again here. Nope, cannot. They're kind of side by side. But Leclerc shuts the door on Matherly. Matherly doubles, kind of goes to the inside there. They're kind of side by side. A little small bit of dualies there. Has to follow him in here for this rut. Kind of slides out, trying to get going again. And then Matherly, not much he could do here. Both same lines here. Leclerc going from far inside all the way to the outside, trying to miss all that rough stuff. Matherly trying to get a slingshot, cannot get it done. See who holds off later. Leclerc with the patented 5th gear down the hills. Matherly goes inside rut. See if he can get a run here. They are side by side. A little bit of dualies action there. See if he could hold it together going up the hill. They both go. Matherly goes actually far inside here. Can't get a run out of the corner like Leclerc does. and loses some time. But Leclerc always so fast on downhills with that fifth gear technique that he does. Going up the hill. Seeing if he could get it done. Yeah, to hold off Matherly. And while this was happening, Cooper is able to hold on to get into that P3 spot with Lang in P4 and Jackson P5. D. Davis, still the old man, in P6, holding it down. Cocroft 7th. Vial 8th, and Carr up to P9 now. So we're going to go back to the front, check on this battle. Not that much happening. This looks like Cooper actually makes a mistake, so Lang and Jackson go by. Almost makes another one there. So Davis right behind him with Cocroft, Vial, and then Carr. Vial trying to make a move. All huge dualies there between Vial and Cocroft. Carr trying to make another move here. Seeing if he could get it done. Trying to get a twofer here. Can't hold on to it. Has to cut under. He actually cuts under too much. Makes a slight mistake there. Trying to get past two people at once here. They both go inside. He goes far outside. Can he hold the line? Looks like he does. Down the inside of Cocroft. Gets the rut good. Cuts him off and takes him down. Just takes the wheel from out of him by hopping the rut there. So that is a pass done for Seth Carr up to P8. If you go back up to the front, it's still these two battling. Again, they've been battling for 10 minutes so far with 20 minutes left to go. See what he can do here. Leclerc trying to keep a decent sized gap. He was 4/10 quicker last lap. And then Lang, he's 11 seconds behind them, 16 behind Jackson is 16 behind. And then Cooper 18th, 19 for Davis. And then same with Vial. And then Carr right behind these two. Trying to make a move. Or trying to catch up to him as Vial is actually trying to make a move on Devin Davis. Don't know if he could get it done. Can he get the double clean? He does, because go to the outside. Can he get the pass so far into the corner? Can he hold it out of the corner? He does. He's able to hold on there for, and he does a triple. I was wondering if any 450 guys were going to do that, and he pulls it out. See if anyone picks up on it, because it was kind of fast. He just cased the rest of the rhythm, or the rest of the uphill. So go back to the front there, side by side. Madley looking down the inside, has to go outside here. Does he square up? Nope. Going too far outside. Loses a little bit of time to him. And they're still in the same position they were before. Kind of a oh, Leclerc a little wobbly down the hill, but he's able to hold on to it. Madley going around the outside, see if he could make a line work. Can't. Looks like Leclerc's going to cut off the inside once again on Madley. So Madley having to rethink a line again, trying to rethink a move. Has to follow him here. It's the rut. They both get it just fine. Madley going outside here. And Carr actually, and he just moved to the fifth, and he's actually going to move it to fourth here with Frank Jackson clipping a tough block or casing something and ends up going down. So now Cooper is up into fifth with Vial 6th, Davis 7th. And Jackson falls down to 8th. Back up to the lead with Matherly and Leclerc. Leclerc still going far outside. Matherly going inside. Leclerc gets hung up in the middle of the rut. Kind of makes a small mistake. So Matherly is going to go into the lead here with Carr running the fastest lap of the race last lap with a 2:02.7. 4/10 quicker than what Matherly has as his fastest lap. We're looking back on Lang here, who is still P3. Now Matherly leads the way. See what he could do with some clean air here. He's already 1.3 seconds clear of Leclerc. And we aren't even halfway into this moto yet. So time to see if Matherly can pull a gap. See if he could get that first 450 motocross win. Goes far outside, takes this line here. Get a big slingshot. Sends it over the fly at 150. Same as Leclerc. Just slowly watching this. seeing how much Carr can close in on Lang, and even at that point, see if he could even close in on these two up here battling. But we'll see what Matherly's first lap of with clean air will look like, as it is 1.6 seconds now between him and Leclerc. So he's doing that kind of little double hip jump there. Runs a 2:03.1 there, so we'll see what he does with a full lap of clean air here. But 2:03.1 with battling Leclerc. He is moving with Leclerc running a 2:05.3, 2:05.2 for Lane. We'll see what Carr runs here. Kind of makes a small little bobble there. So he runs a 2:03.0, so faster, but probably all right behind him runs the same thing at 2:03.0. So Vial latching on to Carr here, trying to work his way up to the front along with him. But Matherly still has a decent sized gap of 1.6. Might be up a little bit more here. It is up to 2.2. So either he's on a burner or Leclerc made some small mistakes down that hill. We'll wait and see. They're going to the left side and doubling over that first one. Some people are staying right and doubling over that a little bit so they could just double down the hill. We'll see which line's faster. So it is now up to almost 3 seconds. And he's also gained a little bit on Seth Carr. So we wait and see as we have just gone a little bit over that halfway mark in this 450 Moto 2. As we wait and see what this lap can be. It's up to 2.8 now over between him and Leclerc. See if this can be a 2:02 for Matherly. Or if it was just a really poor lap for Leclerc. Because it is over 3 seconds now. Kind of yo-yoing between that 2.8 and 3 second mark. And he runs a 2:02.8 for Matherly. So he was on the move, a 2:03.8 for Leclerc, which is his fastest of the race. See what Lang runs here. Oh, and Lang actually goes down. Does the same thing that Jackson did earlier. So Carr might get a free spot here. And he does just barely get by Lang. And he runs a 2:03.0 that lap. So Matherly pulling out over, or pulling ahead, way farther gap over Seth Carr. With now Lang right behind him. And Vial running a 2:03.3. So he is matching pace with Carr. Lost a little bit of touch to that lap, though. Seeing if he could regain it. Scrubs over that table, or that kind of hip jump there. Let's see. Could do, and actually up front, Leclerc kind of closed it in a little bit. It was down. It is down to 2.1 now. We'll see what it is once we go back down the hill. Back out to 2. No, it's still at 2.2. So Leclerc has closed it down 0.8. So he might be on a burner this lap. Or Matherly had a couple mistakes when we weren't watching. Might have had a couple mistakes because even Carr gained a little bit on him. But Carr also might be on a burner. You never know. So we wait and see as we're approaching that 20-minute mark on this moto. Going double, triple, double through those rollers there. Sending it up to kind of another small mistake for him. Gives another 0.2 to Leclerc. So it's now to 2 even now. And it's now back up to... actually, it's down... Yeah, still stuck. Just yo-yoing between 2 seconds here. Let's see what Matherly runs. As Carr is now down to 18.5. Matherly ran a 2:05.0 last lap. And then Leclerc 2:03.3. So his fastest lap of the race. See what Carr runs. He runs a 2:02.3, fastest lap of the race. And Leclerc closing in. It's down to 1.5 seconds now between him and Matherly. Just silently watching these battles go on. Kind of a yo-yo effect between the leaders, but this car really moving here. It's down to 17.8. At the pace he's going, he might be able to close in by the end of this moto. Still got a little over 10 minutes left. And those extra 2 laps. We're at the 20-minute mark. I think battle has cooled down a little bit, so we're going to do our top 20 rundown. As we got Madley leading, Alexis Leclerc in that P2 spot. Seth Carr off the track in P3 for a little bit. P4 for Pablo Vial. P5 for the number 5 machine of Tyler Lang. P6 for Jeff Cooper on that Yogi Kawasaki. P7 for Jeremy Siebel on that number 10. Number 28 of Frank Jackson in P8. Devin Davis, the old man, in P9 on the number 43 machine. P10 on the number 29 machine is going to be Bodie Parker. P11 on the 423 is going to be Hunter Ash. P12 for Nolan Bendis on the number 58. P13 for Braden Castellaneta on the 22. P14 for Jot Hyman on the 16. P15 for Brandon Cookcroft on the 92. P16 for Jeremy Scarborough on the 48. P17 for Tyson Johnson on the 29. That ain't your number. You're 159. And then Dylan Bollinger on the 232 down in 18th. Devin Ryan on the 345 and 19th, battling with Caleb Hall in P20th on the 45 with the vented plates. And we still go back up front. It is still Cade Madley leading, but it is only down to 1 second now between the two. It's actually back up to 1.5 as they go back up the hill. So both these guys charging right now in the final about 10 minutes left of the race. And then we got Pablo Vial still in P4, but Seth Carr still 17.2 back. Pablo Vial last lap actually ran at 202.8, his fastest of the race. In the same exact time as that. Seth Carr, why not? Watch the man work his way through the pack as he loses a little bit of time there. Should go on board with him. P3 is 16.5 behind Leclerc. Watch him as he's running these constant 204s or lower. Just we'll silently watch him for the next half lap. So I see some change on the live timing. Oh, and a swap out for Carr ends up going down. So it'll allow, looks like Pablo Vial might be getting by. He looks like he does. So Carr now falls to P4, and he's about 25 seconds down from leaders, but he's down the inside. See if he makes a forcible pass. Kind of moves Vial out of the way, so he's still up there. And that was still only a 2:11.7 with that legs compared to a 2:02.9 for Vial. So Vial's still moving, trying to keep touch with Carr here. Tries to move forward. Don't know if we have a chance, but actually up front, looks like Leclerc got a pass done on Madley as that crash happened for Seth Carr. So Madley now down to P2, Leclerc back into P1 here with a little over 6 minutes left remaining in this moto. Leclerc trying to make it back, make it a 2-1 moto scores here, gain just a little bit of points back on Seth Carr. After going 1-3 last week. Maybe it was one. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he meant. I thought he went 1-3, but yeah. Wait and see what Cade can do to capitalize on him. Try to remount a charge as they both go off track there, getting nice little cuts. All right, let's see. Madley kind of charging down the hill a little quicker. He's going to go outside. And then Leclerc goes a little inside. Able to hold the lead here. Madley going around the outside. Able to get the job done on Alexis Leclerc around the outside there. They will stay tucked to the inside. Neither of them doing that little double line. But Leclerc able to stay low and actually get the pass done before the finish line. But he has to go around the little berm there. And loses some time. So Madley back up into the lead. But he hits the run on the inside. Madley goes far outside. Gets a small kicker from Madley. But still able to hold on to the lead here. Leclerc down the inside because he takes the line away. Oh, but Madley squares up. They both square in left and right. Got to avoid a lap rider down. But Leclerc is able to hold on to the lead here. Some great battling here between the first and second place riders of Leclerc and Madley. Madley down the inside. Can't get it done. A little bit of sideways. Kind of dualies there. A little close together. Oh, a little boner is there for Leclerc. Goes down the inside. Madley follows. And then they both go left here to double down the hill. Here is the fight. Alright, since this is kind of spread out a bit, Tharp. So Mr. Ben Narona wanted to do podium interviews. Never mind. We'll answer that later. As Leclerc goes down, so it allows Cade Madley to lead. I don't know how many of you guys would prefer that or not. I couldn't carry the way, but I think it'd be nice. Oh my God, as they are just squaring up left and right. Madley kind of makes a couple mistakes, so Leclerc gets into him and ends up going down. Still not enough for Car to pass him, but it is a 3-second gap now as you see the Three Stooges right there battling as lappers. Oh my God, who was that? Almost just cleaned Leclerc by going backwards. Okay, there's no one on the map doing it on purpose. Unless they just already got kicked, but hey. It is what it is. 3.7 seconds. It looks like that was maybe Austin Bear that just got lapped. Yeah. Austin Bear, like a top 10 Moto 1, and then unfortunately a P20 down at the end, so unfortunate Moto scores for him, but a great Moto 1. Now we still get to see if Leclerc can close the gap on Madley, and then Carr actually, it's down about 4 seconds now. So it's down to 16.7 as it was. Oh my God, whoever is on that Honda is just causing havoc and doesn't know how to play the game. Looking like me out there. So both mistakes for Madley and Leclerc actually last lap. That might have helped. Ooh. Don't know what I'm doing there. That might have helped Leclerc. Nope. Carr close in. That's his name. Yep. The king, according to Thorpe. Alright, let's see if he could get any closer. Vial is actually still right there on Carr. He has not let him out of his sights. He's been running almost identical lap times to him. What? Oh, that's the lapper. I was like, what kind of line is Vial doing back there? Time to wait and see. It's down under 3 seconds, just under 3 seconds for Leclerc and Madley. So he closed in just that little bit. But they are dealing with lappers now. So got about a minute and 2 laps to go. So 3 laps left to see if Madley can hold on for his first 450 Moto win. As Carr is back up to 17 seconds with Vial right there behind him. This is the battle that's going on right now, so we'll watch this one. Vial kind of following his lines and able to pick up on some stuff and was able to, I don't know, I guess keep pace with him all the way up here, follow him all the way through the pack, and now he's just trying to make a pass towards the end of the race to get a P3. Because Vial got... Okay, I don't think Vial finished. No, Vial got 28th. So he did finish, but he got 28th last moto. Which obviously is not good enough for an overall, but Vial with the Turbo Moto 1s and spectacular Moto 2s keeping up pace with Seth Carr, who's arguably the fastest right now at outdoors. As he doubles over, he's actually going to go around the outside, misses the lap riders. The Frenchman just, oh my god, kind of clips the rear end there, but does not go over the bars. Able to get the pass done, goes around the outside and up into P3 goes Vial, and then he scrubs off track. Oh, but he's able to hold on to it. So he's able to hold on to P3 ahead of Seth Carr, but that cuts might make him move down into P4 as a mistake from both of the leaders. So it's up to it's down to 14 seconds for these two between, or that they are behind Matherly. So the mistake for both of them, where these guys are just flying. A gnarly battle here for P3 between Vial and Carr, the two fastest riders on track right now. And laying 42 seconds behind him in P5. But we watch and wait till these guys go over the finish line to see their lap times for the leaders compared to these guys. And Matherly, as he's about to go over there, he runs a 2:06.7. Leclerc runs a 2:06.9. And then we wait to see what these guys are running as they are flying, cutting time off as much as they can from the top two. Vial runs a 2:03.0, and then Seth Carr runs a 2:04.1. But so they gain about 2-3 seconds each on him, and they are just battling for that final podium spot. As actually Lane goes down, so Jackson and Siebel get by him. We're not going to go off of this battle though. And Carr swaps out going up the hill, pulls a Sexton, man, and just goes down. And now he's going to have to probably settle for that P4 as there is 2 laps left for him. And he is a little over 10 seconds behind. Yeah, 12 seconds behind Pablo Vial. So Leclerc, if Leclerc can get the win, he might be within maybe 2 points of Carr heading into next round. But Matherly has to navigate through lappers. His next lapper is Alec Horn. Wait and see. As Carr was on pace to have a Chase Sexton type charge from dead last off the start, almost up to P1, but that slide out kind of cost him, unfortunately. So he's now 23 seconds behind the lead, and it's about 15 behind Vial for P3. So our only race right now is to see if Leclerc can catch back up to Cade Matherly and steal that first win right out from under him with 1 lap to go. It is 2 seconds between the two. Lapping Heilman there. Ooh, almost getting into him. And then Horn goes down actually right in front of Leclerc, but he's able to go around. So 1 lap left to go with Matherly leading. He's got a 1.5 gap over Leclerc here. Leclerc trying to get through Heilman. He does. So trying to see if Leclerc can put on a charge and get the win here. Or even be close, because he might be able to get it off cuts if possible. Thank you for the follow, Linsick. Yeah. Thank you for whoever you are. As we watch this final battle here between Matherly and Leclerc, and then Vial is still there. So if these guys get collected together, Vial has a good chance of winning this moto as well. But we'll wait and see with about half a lap to go. See how close Leclerc can get here. Watching Malloy for any mistakes here. You see Leclerc in the background. Does have a lap in between him. He did make a small mistake himself, so it is up to 5 seconds now. So Malloy might just have to cruise it in here, and he could get his first moto win. It won't be enough for the overall, but it'll feel good to get that first moto win. Only 2 races into your 450 outdoor career. Claire, looks like he might have just settled. It is 5 seconds now, and it doesn't look like he seems to be pushing. So Malloy just has to bring it home here. If he could hold on for these couple corners to go, the step up here. He's not sending that triple through those rollers, being conservative. Hits the wall jump, goes down the hill. See if he has a dig in type moment. Nope. He's able to survive down the hill. Goes far outside. Get the switchback. Comes back around the left hander. He's going to go over this table, hit the rollers, and then he's going to hold on to get his first ever 450 Pro Motocross moto win for Cade Matherly at Moto 2 for Hangtown. And it is going to be Leclerc coming in P2. Vial going to make it close, only 2 seconds behind him for P3. And then P4 is going to be Seth Carr here. And then P5, we got a long ways to go for Bodie Parker. So it's going to be Leclerc for the overall with a 2-2. Then it will be Seth Carr P2 overall with a
1-4, and then might be Bodie Parker with a 6-5 for third overall on the day. Yeah, especially now since Frank Jackson might get beat by Lang. Yeah, since Frank Jackson got beat by Lang, so it is going to be Leclerc first overall, Carr P2 overall, and then it is going to be Bodie Parker P3 overall with a 6-5 over moto finishes. Now we wait and see. Now we wait for everyone to finish to get official results, and then we will look at the standings. And then I will pull up the points for you guys whenever that is done. So let me show you. So going into the night, these were 250 points. Wilczek at 47, Tharp at 45, and then Ben Arona at I think 34, and then Sullivan at 33. So, and then this will be, and then obviously as we go back to this, it is fine. But this is the 250 point standings. It is Tharp leading the points by 5 points over Luke Sullivan. And then it'll be Wyatt Grant in third, 7 points back, tied with Jackson Vick for third. And then Wilczek in fifth, 8 points down. Leitzel in sixth, 10 points down. Cashwood, 7th, 15 points down. Nerona, 8th, 16 points down. 9th is Stevenson, 18 back. And then 10th is Evan Holt, and he will be 20 points back. Now, I don't think this is the updated points right now. So we will wait and see. Yeah, I don't think it counted for after this moto. But once it is updated, I will show you guys that, and then that will be the end of this stream for tonight. Yeah, no problem. It was a little rocky for the 250 first moto, but we got it figured out, so we should be good for the rest of the season. And yeah, once these 450 points are updated, I will show you guys the points. Oh, never mind. I guess that was wrong. Now it's the official points for 250s. Tharp has a 12-point lead over Luke Sullivan, and then he has a 15-point lead over Wyatt Grant and Logan Leitzel, 20-point lead over Jackson Vick, 27 over Wilczek, 29 over Cash Woods and Hayden Stevenson, and then 35 over Evan Holt, and then 36 over Dylan Delaire. Danky. I don't think this is correct for 450s. I don't think it's updated yet. Because 47 plus 25 equals 72, so we gotta wait till. So yeah, a P2 is 23, so that puts him at 87. 87 compared to his 90s. So Leclerc will be 3 points down heading into round 3. Masley, more than that, more than 20. But he will be third all alone in points. So we wait and see. Oh, never mind. He's 4 points back. My bad. 4 points back. Masley, 13 points back. And then Frank Jackson, 23 back. Seabolt, 34. Lang, 38. 41 for Castellaneta, 42 for Vial, 45 for Shirley, and Krokoff tied for ninth. That is going to be it for all you guys. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all who stayed after that rocky start. And yeah, that is the end of the stream. I will see you guys all next week, same time. And yeah, hopefully we'll have a little more energy. Hopefully we won't feel as sick, and hopefully we won't have the hiccups for 20 minutes of a 450 moto. So thank you guys so very much for being here, and I will see you all next week.